brothers, and you heard their views of Captain Louis Albano. We shall return with more wrestling in a moment.
Roanoke, Virginia, 250 is Tony Atlas.
Fine young athlete, and Tony Atlas. As Tony Atlas disrobes, and he is ready, and we're ready, so here we go.
Over 300 pounds of Swede Hansen is scheduled to make an appearance in Asbury Park, New Jersey this Tuesday night at Convention Hall. Joining Swede Hansen this Tuesday at Asbury Park will be Chief Jay Strongbow.
In there with a side headlock on B.B. Coleman.
You know, Vince, B.B. Coleman's got to have pain. Look at those powerful arms and shoulders on Tony Atlas. I mean, those arms measure over 22 inches, and you can imagine the power when he's squeezing at that head. And I'll tell you, this guy, look at his head, it's turning so red, Coleman's is. In another minute, they'll pass out.
Tony Atlas, and that, I'm sure, like a vice, the grip that Atlas has on B.B. Coleman. Coleman back to his feet. And Atlas kind of grinding it out here. Boy, Atlas is really muscled up.
Well, just looking at him, Vince, gives you an idea how much time this fella spends in the gymnasium. Really in great shape.
Coleman with, in effect, a low elbow there. Another one. Doesn't seem to bother Tony Atlas.
He's got such good abs. His abdominals are so well defined from so much work that there's no way that an elbow from Coleman's going to do much damage on a well-conditioned waistline like that.
All right, and smacks him right down. Another one. And follow through with an elbow. B.B. Coleman back to the corner now. Only to be reeled out of there to the far side. Oh, my. Tony Atlas with a side headlock. And a basic hold like that can be extremely effective, as Bruno brought out earlier, when you possess the power that a Tony Atlas does. Coleman, the fingers, I believe, in the eyes. Yeah, rake in the face of Tony Atlas. All right, Ed, another one. Atlas with those roundhouse rights, and Coleman off the rope. Atlas gently goes down and lifts him right up. Oh, look at the strength there. That is power. Coleman up in the air and down to the canvas. Oh, forget about it. They'll be scraping B.B. Coleman up off the canvas for a month to come. Oh, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of this young man, Tony Atlas.
It is the time of the fall, 3 minutes and 28 seconds. The winner, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas victorious, returning here to the World Wrestling Federation. Let's go back now and take a look at the demise of B.B. Coleman. Caller, Bruno.
Well, here he throws Coleman and to the ropes to catch him with a backdrop. And right after here, he scoops him up, Vince, and he literally does a military press with him. And this Coleman's a big, big fella to show you the power of this Tony Atlas. Look at that. And then he slams him from that high position, and then he gives a big elbow and pins him.
We shall return in a moment.
Time limit here in the corner to my left from Canada, weighing 295
against the big moves, and here comes Monroe.
The following is brought to you by Capital Wrestling Corporation. As was outlined earlier, Championship Wrestling does indeed return to Madison Square Garden on Monday night, the 19th of November. And the Valiant Brothers also returning. Johnny and Jerry, the former tag team champions, they had quite a long reign of it. And they were defeated in a rather controversial match, I must add, recently in Madison Square Garden. Now they're returning to once again meet Tito Santana and Ivan Putski, but now the Valiant Brothers find themselves in the role of challengers, not champions, and it could very well be an uphill battle for the Valiant Brothers as they meet Tito Santana and Ivan Putski once again.
A slam, and it takes quite a man to do that to the big moves. Oh my! Yes, sir!
Fall, 55 seconds. The winner, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas victorious, and I'll tell you, I'm quite certain we'll be seeing a great deal of this young man in future weeks. Tony Atlas victorious against the big moose Monroe, and what could very well be a record here. I believe it was announced 55 seconds. Now let's go to Bruno Sammartino.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Atlas. Tony. You know, most of the people that see you in this ring, they really respect you and love your wrestling, the way you move, the skills. But many of them really don't know the background of a Tony Atlas. The physique star who's won numerous titles, Mr. USA and Mr. American, other titles. And beside that, being one of the top power lifters in the world. And Tony, now that you're wrestling in such a rigid schedule, how do you find your training? You're still training as heavy for power and so forth and so on? And is it helping you for your wrestling, do you feel?
Well, Bruno, you know, just like yourself, you know, weight training and bodybuilding is part of my training, because I believe if you put two athletes together of the same ability, the same skill, and the same knowledge, the strongest athlete will win every time. So not only do I like working on strength, I like working on speed and just getting down on the mat and working on holds and stuff. And to be a professional wrestler is like being, it's the most wonderful feeling in the world, because you know deep down inside it's the toughest sport in the world today. To be a track star, all you need is speed. To be a basketball player, all you need is height. But to be a wrestler, you need speed, strength, ability, coordination. You need so much to be a professional wrestler, and there's a lot of training, it's a lot of hard work. You know your own self, you train very hard, you work very hard, or else you wouldn't be the Bruno Sammartino that you are. So I believe in just a lot of hard training, and I want to thank all the people for the support they had given me. You know, you go in that ring, sometimes you ain't up to it. But these people, they're so wonderful. They get behind you, and they cheer you, and they give you that little extra drive to make you want to go out there and win and become a champion.
Well, the people, Tony, the people here, they do that because they appreciate the fact that they're looking at one fantastic athlete. When you're in the ring, you give more than 100%, and they appreciate that. And just at your side, they know what a great athlete you are. And in closing, I'd just like to say to the fans that don't know that Tony Atlas does a 590-pound bench press, which is a near world record. And Tony, the best of luck to you, and hope to see you here a lot more.
Thank you very much.
Here in the corner to my left, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 242 pounds, here is Mike Masters. And in the corner to my right, from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, here is Tony
bunch of fine-looking athletes, and you have to include this young man who's really making quite a reputation for himself with the World Wrestling Federation, Tony Atlas.
Pausing for a commercial break. The Veterans Memorial Coliseum of New Haven, Connecticut, the setting for All-Star Wrestling tomorrow night. Scheduled to appear on the wrestling event tomorrow night in New Haven, will beat Tito Santana. Mr. Santana on the card along with Larry Zbyszko, along with the Polish power, Ivan Putski, as wrestling returns to New Haven on Sunday night, the 25th of November, at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Masters a moment ago, now again reaching for the hair. Masters is a big, impressive-looking guy, Bruno, but I don't think he would want to match strength with Tony Atlas, would you?
No, he tried a couple things from that wrist lock, and there was no question that Atlas, when it came to strength, there was almost no contest. That's why he went to the hair. They're pulling Atlas's hair. Atlas obviously is a very, very, very powerful man and certainly stronger than Masters.
In the past, there have been a number of individuals, and I guess at one time it was a justifiable viewpoint. When you take a look at a guy like Atlas, you say, he's muscle-bound, he can't move. But training techniques have changed a great deal, especially as of late. And even though you have the great muscularity, you also continue to have, and you build into your routine, the flexibility so that you're not muscle-bound. And I think that's probably the case with Tony Atlas.
Absolutely. You know, years ago, this was taboo. Anybody that trained with the weight and developed some kind of muscle size said he was muscle-bound. But they've discovered now that the weight training is so essential to all athletes, whether it's football, who really train heavy with the weights, even baseball players use it, and I've even known some basketball players and hockey players and wrestlers, of course, use weights tremendously. Weights are almost a must with the athlete today because it does develop stronger muscles, bigger muscle, a lot of power and so forth. And as far as speed, with the flexibility that you can go into today as far as the different training and that, and the running and other training that we do, it just, everything blends in so perfectly that it has made better athletes out of those who do train with the weights, Vince.
Tony Atlas now with Mike Masters against the rope. The referee will call for a clean break. Ooh, doesn't get it from Masters. Caught Atlas right in the midsection. Atlas with those roundhouse rights of his. Double chop to the neck area. Atlas has Masters now, pushes him down and holds him up. For the, over on the canvas. Whoa, what a spread for the count. It's over. Atlas, fine-looking athlete, a fine young man as well, personally, is he not, Bruno?
Great, great guy. He's just a fine human being.
It is time to fall. 2 minutes and 51 seconds, and the winner, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas with a young man who's got a lot going for him in the World Wrestling Federation. Could have the world by the tail. He's coming on strong here in the World Wrestling Federation. We certainly wish him well in his continued efforts here. Leaving a ring there, of course, Mike Masters, he's a little stiff, you know, as you might suspect. Let's go now and take a look at slow motion action.
Well, we see Tony Atlas, first of all, use a beautiful suplex against Masters, takes him down beautifully, and then he followed this with a big splash, and he really came down on him. Already the wind was all knocked out of Masters, and of course was more than enough to take a 1, 2, 3 count.
I think there again, the agility we alluded to here. Look at this flexibility built into the way Tony Atlas can move and the way he's spreading himself out and what have you. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Tony Atlas in the weeks to come. Cleaning up what was just an absolute pool of blood there left by Bruno Sammartino, who is seeking medical attention. The referee, well, we still don't have it all up. That was unbelievable. Zbyszko, that was really just unmerciful the way Larry Zbyszko just ate Sammartino up alive. That was really unmerciful. Well, let's begin this match now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Here in the corner to my right from New York City, weighing 239 pounds, here is the unpredictable Johnny Rodz. And here in the corner to my left from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Yes, sir, Mr. USA. When he disrobes, you can take a look there. Now you know why he's Mr. USA. Great physique possessed by Tony Atlas. Of course, you really can't take much away from Johnny Rodz in that regard either. Here we go.
Wrestling fans of Montvale, New Jersey, looking forward to All-Star Wrestling headed their way to the Montvale High School. Appearing in Montvale on the 16th of February, a Saturday night, will be Rene Goulet, the popular Frenchman. Rene Goulet on the card, along with Dick the Bulldog Brower, still going strong. And then we'll see Big Bob Duncombe, the tough Texan, on the card, and many others as wrestling appears in Montvale, New Jersey, at the Montvale High School on Saturday night, the 16th of February.
Rodz on top of Tony Atlas. Atlas, as you can see, caught in a rope there. Referee finally escorting Rodz. Uh-oh. Rodz takes a wide open shot on Tony Atlas. A hush has really fallen over this capacity crowd. They came to see what they thought was going to be one of the greatest scientific matches ever. And it started out that way, all right. But they know no one expected to see Larry Zbyszko resort to the type of tactics he resorted to. The least of all that expected that was Bruno Sammartino. We hope to have word on Bruno's condition later on. Rodz missing with the right. Tony Atlas right there. And Tony Atlas with not only strength, but a lot of agility. Atlas now sending Rodz reeling to the buckle. Back body drops him. Atlas, one of those wrestlers that just keeps coming right back at you. Atlas with tremendous upper body strength. Rodz now reeled to the ropes, headed off again. Another back body drop. And Rodz, his ears will be ringing for some time. Atlas winding up Johnny Rodz now. Atlas with a lot of power, as you can well imagine, possessed in his arms there as he applies more leverage. Rodz connecting with a right. Atlas right there, comes down hard with headbutts the shoulder. You don't often see that. Rodz with a headbutt into the facial area. Another one. Atlas now sit to the ropes. The elbow finds a mark. Johnny Rodz, a tough competitor, holding onto the ropes now with what is unquestionably a chokehold, or what was. Atlas so heavily muscled he can absorb great sums of punishment. Back kick by Rodz. Caught Atlas right in the breadbasket. Kick to the chest. Rodz pouring it on. Snap off the rope. Atlas back to his feet. Goes to work on the midsection. Atlas coming on strong, but not that strong. Johnny Rodz can spin it around so quickly. Mr. USA out in front of Rodz there. Rodz in a canvas. Tony Atlas on his way up. Headbutts Rodz. For the cover, he has a leg. And it's another win for Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas. Mr. USA, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Mr. Atlas in weeks to come. Hard-fought victory, though, over Johnny Rodz. Let's get the official time, if we may.
Here is the time of the fall, 4 minutes and 37 seconds. The winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas getting an ovation from this capacity crowd. Capacity crowd that, well, I'm sure they're appreciative of Mr. Atlas's talents. But you can't help but you feel something here of dejection, sort of a group dejection. That these fans are down. They're really down over what happened with San Martino. And I don't think it's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even a couple of hours. It's going to take weeks, if not months, for these fans to recover over what they have seen. Bruno San Martino, subject to. Larry Zbyszko displaying actions that these fans would never, ever thought they'd see. We shall return, ladies and gentlemen.
With a 10-minute time limit, introducing in the corner to my left, making his first appearance in this arena from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 235 pounds. Here is Ron Shaw. And his opponent in the corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas squaring off against the newcomer Ron Shaw from Philadelphia. Should be an interesting match. We'll see what Mr. Shaw can do against Mr. USA. Here we go.
The following is commercial in content. In upcoming mat action in the state of New Jersey, we look forward to Thursday, the 26th of June, when pro wrestling returns to Parsippany, New Jersey. Seeing action, among others, at the Parsippany Hills High School will be Mr. Pat Patterson. Then, on the 3rd of July, the Holiday Spectacular in Totowa, New Jersey, at the Totowa Ice World. Among some of the stars that will be on the card in Totowa, New Jersey that night will be the Incredible Hulk Hogan.
Atlas trying to break it. Well, he is breaking it. And look at this. Tony's having a good time in here at the moment.
I don't understand Shaw's idea of even attempting to full Nelson the likes of Tony Atlas. Here he is, Atlas, with that immense power and size. I wonder, really, was he testing himself or Atlas in thinking that perhaps he could hold him? That makes no sense at all to me. Neither does this, actually. Atlas chose to switch on him into a hammerlock, but from that overhead wrist lock, Atlas could have easily powered right out of it.
Atlas maneuvering Shaw against the rope.
He's listed at 230-some pounds, this Shaw. Now, to me, looks a lot heavier than that, Vince. He's very tall, and he's heavy-looking to me.
In the program, I think he was listed at 255 pounds, but
well,
the ring announcer, I believe, said 235. Atlas now off the rope, jumps right over and drop kicks him. Oh, my, he got him right in the chest.
I showed the quickness of Tony Atlas, leapfrogged right over Shaw and came right back with a big high drop kick, sending Shaw sprawling.
Atlas now back to the corner, and forearm smash by Mr. Shaw, done with quite a bit of authority. Again, another one. Shaw with Atlas, able to bowl him over. Yes, Atlas tried to switch him around, I think. Atlas with a right hand, sticking in the midsection, another one. Atlas now with Shaw in the middle of the ring, scoops him up, slams him. Atlas on the ropes. What's going to happen now? Oh my, headbutt. That's what happens. Atlas, oh, crushing. 2, it's over. Tony Atlas feels good. He looks good. Let's get the official time.
Here is the time, 3 minutes and 1 second, and the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas victorious. We hope to have him back here with us next week. Surely scheduled back with us, Pedro Morales, as Pedro Morales will be challenged by Johnny Rodz. We'll have that match and a lot of excitement, I'm sure, for you next week here on Championship Wrestling. So until then, this is Vince McMahon, along with wrestling's living legend, Bruno Sammartino, saying so long from ringside.
Mr. USA against the Black Demon should be an interesting match. Atlas has never looked finer. Here we go.
Taking this commercial timeout on Monday night, October 20th, Madison Square Garden once again brings professional wrestling excitement right home, with Bob Backlund, the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, meeting the now ranked #1 contender. It's the Grand Wizard's latest pride and joy, Sergeant Slaughter. Of course, Sergeant Slaughter has been merciless. He is a raw-boned, hard-boiled individual, as Bob Backlund certainly is going to find out.
A moment ago, Atlas taking exception to that closed fist shot of the Black Demon. Atlas taking over the Demon now with some ease, although a hook of the tights now, and Atlas's shoulders were on the canvas there for a moment. Atlas really in no danger of being pinned. Atlas being pushed back now in a legal fashion. We'll see what the Demon can come up here with in the way of offense. Well, from our vantage point, a blatant chokehold. Now the vantage point of the referees as well, the hold broken. Years ago, there was a Black Demon in the World Wrestling Federation. This is not the same one. The Black Demon years ago, much, much larger. Almost a giant of a man, a 300-pounder. Listen to the smack of the flesh as Atlas pours it on. Ha ha! Atlas, a champion in every respect. Nice maneuver there. Nice sit out, spin around by the Black Demon. We'll see what Atlas can do to come up in the way of a counter. Not much if this continues. The choke that was. Demon trying to keep the chokehold away from the referee. Forearm smash landing again. Blatant chokehold, and Mr. Atlas spins the Demon around. the Demon to the buckle and really whipped in there with authority. Atlas with the Demon up in the air, and look at that. Oh, unbelievable power possessed by Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Atlas just did would be tough enough to do with a barbell equally balanced on both sides, but with the man up there, it's equally, I mean, it's just that much tougher. Atlas does indeed do phenomenal things in the squared circle, things that no one can do but Atlas. Atlas making some sort of gesture as if he's going to take the mask off the Black Demon. Nice takedown by the Demon. Now the Demon has hooked the mouth of Atlas. Now he's back into a pressure point. Atlas spins out of it quite nicely. Working on the wrist, tightens it up a bit more, spins the Demon around. Atlas goes down with the arm bar. Atlas continues to move. One of his great assets. Atlas with those mammoth-sized arms. And of course, when you see Atlas, you don't just see well-conditioned arms, you see a perfectly symmetrical body. His first love, wrestling. Came up through the amateur ranks and now has made one of the great pro wrestlers in terms of status. Chopped to the throat there by the Demon. As Atlas back to the corner. And Atlas, if he wants it, he can have it. We'll go to work on that mask. If Atlas starts pulling and tugging on that mask, something will give. He'll either rip the mask off or the head will come off. Something will give, such as the power of Tony Atlas. Taking over there. Atlas right back on him, though. Scoops up the Demon, the Black Demon. Follows through an elbow down into the kidney area, actually, as Demon tried to spin out of it. Atlas was going to, appeared as though he was going to a suplex. The Demon hooked the rope. Now Atlas backs off. You know, you get the impression that if Atlas wanted to, he could end this match at any time. No one explodes quite like Tony Atlas does, and if Atlas decides to explode, I think it'll be all over for the Black Demon. Well, the Demon, perhaps a bit desperate now. He's done everything possible to defeat Tony Atlas, so apparently the Demon feels as though he must now resort to more aggressive tactics if he has a chance of defeating Tony Atlas. Atlas getting himself up, getting himself together. Atlas, 1, 2, he gets it. So yes, Atlas toyed around with the Demon there for a while, then decided, well, I've had enough. I'll go for it. I'll squash him like a grape, and that's exactly what he did. Victorious, and we shall return as we continue with more professional wrestling in just a moment.
Here's your fifth match, ladies and gentlemen. At 225 pounds from Providence, Rhode Island, here is Sylvano Souza. And in his corner, 275 pounds from Roanoke, Virginia. Here he is, Tony Atlas.
Ring announcer, I believe, with a little mix-up in weights. Atlas is around the 245, 255-pound mark, and his opponent right there as well. Here we go. Against Souza, and Souza is trying every method possible so far to take the shortcut on Mr. USA. Atlas is, well, he looks phenomenal, and he does phenomenal things in the squared circle.
He sure is, Vince. You know, we all know how much of a great wrestler he is. And as much as traveling that he's been doing, he's cut down his traveling quite a bit because he wants to do some extra training because he's going for a body contest. I think it's for Mr. Olympia. And you got to give him credit, Vince, because that's a lot of work to go for a body contest. And he's in the ring now, and if he does get hurt, he might as well forget about the body contest because he won't be able to work out. But he's taking the chance, and that's what makes him a great athlete. He's taking the chance, and he goes for it.
Well, his first love is wrestling, always has been. Look at that. Leaping very easily over, drop kick, nailing Sylvano Souza. Atlas up again. Souza down again. Atlas, quick as a cat, now has him right where he wants him.
He never seems to amaze me. 6'2". It looks like an Adonis, really, and jumps up there like a cat. Jumps up there like a cat and throws some beautiful drop kicks.
And just a simple side headlock with the likes of Tony Atlas is not just a simple side headlock. When your upper arms measure some, what would you say, 22, 23 inches?
Definitely 22, 23, yes.
To the right hand that clips the side of the jaw. Another one.
That Souza, I don't know how vicious he could be, but he looks vicious.
Well, Souza doesn't really pack a lot behind his fist, even though he weighs about the same as Atlas. If he really packed a lot, he'd be able to knock Atlas down, but he hasn't been able to. Atlas breaks it up. Look at this. Oh, my goodness, forget about it. Tony Atlas Atlas whips him to the buckle. Atlas sends Souza again to the buckle. Oh, my. Has him up. Watch this now. Atlas with Souza right where he wants him. He'll probably dump him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Atlas. 1, 2, it's over. This capacity crowd, a lot of them up on their feet. They like this young man and what he can do in the squared circle. As you brought out, Pat, he is something of an Adonis. Something else again.
The time of the fall, 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Your winner, Tony Atlas.
Just the USA does it again. Tony Atlas victorious over Sylvano Souza. We will stay with the action here because we're about to pick up another match. That's it. We've just been handed a progress report. McGraw is okay.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Vince, because I was really afraid there for a while that they were going to put him in a hospital. I'm glad that he's okay.
We're now going to talk to Mr. Tony Atlas and SD Jones. SD, good to see you. Tony, you look better than ever. You must be doing a lot of working out.
Yeah, right through. Me and SD, we trained together a little bit, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't put the microphone in front of you.
Me and SD, you know, we decided to do a little bit of weight training, and we've been doing a lot of road work and stuff together since I've been in the area. I've been around SD a great deal, and we decided to do a lot of training and stuff together. You know, in this business, a professional wrestler, you know as well as yourself, Pat, you have to stay at 110% of training all the time. It's never a day off where you can say, well, I got today off, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't have to train, but every day you even gonna have to run one day, work on the mat, or either lift weights. And me and SD, we begin to find out what it means to be a professional wrestler by all the training that is involved in being a wrestler. That to have yourself in the best of conditioning in order just to hang in there, you got to be in the best condition, and to become champion, you got to be in excellent condition. I guess to be a professional wrestler, you have to not only have the knowledge of professional wrestling, you have to be strong, you have to have stamina, endurance, and you also have to have a strong man, because sometimes you go in there, if you ain't got enough confidence or you're a little bit overconfidence in yourself, it could cause you to lose a match. And me and SD, we just gonna keep on training and hope for the best in the near future.
Very well said, Tony. And one thing that the fans don't really know is that we have a new team here, to SD Jones and Tony Atlas. And how this all come about?
Pat, it's a pleasure to be with this man. You know, we get down together, we sit back, we rap, we chat, we watch films together, we run, we train, we put our things together. I've had many tag team partners before, but until now, this man is the greatest one ever came close to me. I'm doing a lot of weights on the bench, I'm running more. He just talked to me, he says, come on, brother, we're going to do it. Someday we're going to get to the top, and I'm staying with the man, and I promise you, I'm going to go with this man all the way.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you two are at the top. And one thing I must say, you know, forming a team is one thing, but what's very important, being a good team, is to be friends outside of the ring, not only in the ring. And I know for a fact that you two are very, very good friends outside of the ring.
We are very close, Pat. We're very close. We like the same things, the same sport. We get along very well, inside, outside. Anywhere we go together, they ask about me. He tells them about me. They ask me about him. I tell them about him. And the fans are looking forward to see both of us together. And believe me, we are very tight, and we're going to try our best very, very hard to stay together.
Well, every time a good team comes along, everybody wants to destroy them. And I know for sure that somewhere along the way, Albano's famous team of Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito will be trying to destroy you two. And what's your feeling about Fuji and Saito?
Well, I feel that Fuji and Saito is a very good team. You know, they wrestled for years and years as partners, and both of them started off wrestling ever since they was little bitty kids, and they raised up under the rules of wrestling and the martial art. But I feel that if Fuji and Saito should wrestle me and SD, then we're going to give them a fight for their life. We're going to give them a fight for that belt and for the title. They are the champion. Anytime you become in an area such as this, you meet people like Fuji And Saida, you got to be on your guard all the time. I mean, you can't let them get the upper hand, because the first time they get the upper hand, they're going to hurt you. And they the kind of people that don't mind hurting you, putting you in the hospital and putting you out of professional wrestling. They're a very dangerous team, but me and SD, we prepared ourselves for all that.
Pat, what my brother is trying to say, you know, they're championship material. I must admit it. They are champions material. They got the great Captain Lowell Banner. They are good athletes. I know it. They know it all. But with my man here and SD Jones, man, how sweet it is, baby. They got a problem, baby, because we are ready.
All right. Well, I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to see you two in the ring as a team. SD, you've come a long way, and I have a lot of respect for you. I've known you for many years, and you really came a long way. And having a partner like Tony Atlas, you could not ask for any better.
Thank you, Pat. You know, I've been here. I started here. I kept on going and going and never stopped. The people stayed with me, and I love them. And I'm going to make sure that I don't let you down. Myself and Tony Atlas, we both going to do our best. And I promise you, we are going to do our best for you.
Well, like I said before, two men like you in great shape, great condition, and great person to start with. I'm sure you will go right up to the top, and you make really a great success. And I want to congratulate you, and thanks for taking the time for talking with us. Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure.
No one, not even an Andre the Giant, can go indefinitely undefeated. At one time or another, Andre is human, and he will fall.
Oh, without a doubt, Vince. Very true what you're saying. But so far, I have never seen anyone that can really take Andre and pin him fair and square in the middle of the ring.
But you never know when it's going to happen, and one of these days it will happen.
Oh, without a doubt.
Wrestling fans, the following contest set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. It is an Australian-style tag team match. Introducing team number 1 to my left, weighing 239 pounds, from Brooklyn, New York, the unpredictable Johnny Rodz. His partner, 291 pounds, from Canada, Big Moose Monroe. And their opponents, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 244 pounds, Philadelphia's favorite son, Special Delivery Jones. His tag team partner, 251 pounds, from Roanoke, Virginia. He has earned the title of Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
So here on All-Star Wrestling, for the very first time, the combination of SD Jones and Tony Atlas. We have seen Johnny Rodz and his partner, Moose Monroe, in the past, teaming up.
Well, Vince, SD Jones and Mr. Atlas should make a fine wrestling team. As I mentioned earlier, they get along very well outside the ring. They should do very well inside of the ring also.
Rodz backing Jones into the rope. Slap across the face. Off the rope, SD, kick to the midsection by Johnny Rodz. Missing. SD tagging Tony Atlas now. And Atlas allowing Johnny Rodz to gain his footing again.
You know, Vince, it is amazing how much Tony Atlas works out, and he's got muscles popping out of everywhere, and how agile he can be in the ring. I mean, this man can really move in that ring.
Look at that takedown by Atlas. Going to work on the arms of Johnny Rodz, the left arm. Nice bridge out. That's one way to break it. Not the most sportsmanlike way to break the hold as Moose Monroe looks on.
Moose Monroe doesn't look too sure of himself. Looks like he doesn't want to get in the ring.
Atlas there exploding. Once again, SD will try his luck on Johnny Rodz. It's been a one-man effort thus far for the team of Rodz and his partner, Moose Monroe. Now Monroe comes in. Monroe close to the 300-pound mark. Atlas and Jones look like they're having fun in there this week.
Well, you know, Vince, I've noticed one thing. They do a lot of tagging in and out, and that's what a good team should be doing. And so far, I must say, I'm very impressed with both of them as a team.
Look at the extraordinary development of Tony Atlas. Trying to power his way out of this. Doing it quite easily. SD taking over right where Tony Atlas left off. Never can tell the buck by looking at the cover. Big, powerful, well, you would think he'd be powerful. Moose Monroe, 300-pounder. He's the most ineffectual of all four members in the ring.
Vince, what a contrast when you see Moose Monroe and Tony Atlas next to one another.
Almost looks like before and after. And Jones is no slouch in there. Not to take anything away from Johnny Rodz. Here he comes.
But I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of respect for Johnny Rodz, and the man, I give him credit.
Comes Rodz again. Atlas is going to get hot in a minute for throw that rule book right out the window.
Johnny Rodz, you'll never know what he's going to come up with.
I think actually Rodz and Monroe missed with that tag. It's pretty bad when you and your partner can't even tag each other. Doesn't show the greatest in coordination. Jones picking up the pace. Don't do that with Tony Atlas. Rodz whipped to the buckle, and I mean he was really whipped in there.
There's one thing I must say about Tony Atlas.
Rodz.
Maybe a beautiful man, but he has a short temper also.
What a slam. Bringing up the pace. SD with a headbutt and a tag almost at the same time. There's another headbutt. Look at this. Blocking the maneuver there by Moose Monroe. Oh, you got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. That's unbelievable. To pick up that tub of lard and slam him to the canvas is extraordinary. All right, let's go to slow motion action right after our announcement.
time of the match, 6 minutes, 41 seconds. The winners, the team of Special Delivery Jones and Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas and S.D. Jones as a tag team combination. Your first impressions of them, Pat?
Well, Vince, I was very, very impressed. They did a lot of tagging in and out, and they really combined very well together. Very impressive. You'll see Tony Atlas here really taking his time. He wants to pick up moves.
No, see, Monroe tries to sit out on him. See, every time he tries to, it wasn't until after he gave him a shot to the midsection that he was able to pick up that big tub of lard. Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
The following attraction is an Australian-style tag team match. It is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1 to my left, from Gary, Indiana, 251 pounds, Bill Dixon. His tag team partner from Brooklyn, New York, 237 pounds, Jose Estrada. And their opponents, from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 251 pounds, he has earned the title of Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. His tag team partner from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 244 pounds, Philadelphia's favorite son, Special Delivery Jones.
Here we go. Well, Estrada having a little rough luck at the moment with S.D. Jones.
You know, Vince, you must really appreciate what S.D. Jones has been through the last 3-4 years. I mean, this man came a long way. And look at the way he looks today. Looks great, has the speed, the ability. And he has a great partner by the name of Tony Atlas.
And again, a series of arm drags again. S.D. Jones comes out on top. Atlas blocked it. Took Estrada down.
It's funny when Tony Atlas get mad. You see the face he makes.
You definitely know it when he's angry. Arm drag. Atlas is really put together, isn't he?
Oh, sure is.
Atlas, his hobby is bodybuilding, and it is only a hobby. His profession is that, of course, is of wrestling. Atlas knowing full well that when he turned pro, he was going to have something to protect the joints. Have to have that bulk. You have to have muscle there. You have to have the strength, the flexibility. You have to build it in. Atlas trained hard and trained the right way. And even though he's one of the better looking physiques in wrestling, in no way is this man muscle bound. He really has more flexibility than most wrestlers, really.
Very true, Vince. You know, he said it last week. He was talking to me and he was telling me, if you want to be a champion, you got to be in great condition. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your body. Watch your diet. That's exactly what he's doing.
Bill Dixon working on the midsection of S.D. Jones, and I think it's going to stop right about here. now Atlas comes over and takes over right where SD left off. Atlas, I beg your pardon, Pat.
Go ahead. I was going to say, there's one man you got to watch, that Estrada. He's as quick as a cat.
Well, the fans helping referee Dick Worley out this week. Every time Estrada attempts to enter the ring, the fans jump right on it. Not too much. There's Estrada again. Look at the difference in the physiques of Bill Dixon and Tony Atlas. Again, Estrada moved out.
I tell you, ever since that day when King Kong Moscow was disqualified on television, quite a few of the wrestlers are respecting the referee a lot more now.
Dixon to the rub. Off now, back body drop. Tags his man, SD. Off the rope again. Ha SD slam. Oh, my. It's not going to be anything left of this man, Dixon. They're not finished with him yet. Uh-oh, it's bad news for Bill Dixon. Real bad. 1, 2, lights out. Yes, sir, the Black Bombers. They really have their stuff together. SD Jones and Tony Atlas is now, we pick up the announcement.
Wrestling fans, the time of the match, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. The winners, the team of Tony Atlas and Special Delivery Jones.
Super D Jones and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Now in a slow motion, the tag was made in the background. The whip of Bill Dixon into the rope, setting him up now. And SD Jones, oh my goodness, did he ever slam him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Here in the corner to my left, from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico, weighing 230 pounds, here is Victor Mercado. And his opponent in the corner to my right, from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
No doubt one of the most phenomenal athletes in wrestling, for that matter, any professional sport. Tony Atlas against Victor Mercado.
Professional Wrestling's 1982 season is about to get underway. On Saturday night, January 16th, the action, of course, comes to the Philadelphia Spectrum. And if you were in attendance last Saturday night, indeed, you saw one whale of a contest between Bob Backlund and Greg Valentine. The score definitely not settled, so they will come back in a return bout January 16th in Philadelphia, and they will be locked up in a 15-foot-high steel cage. We'll talk more about this match later on in the telecast.
On the rope there, Mercado gets in a cheap shot, keeps him off balance. Atlas spins him around. Atlas put the mean mouth on him. Atlas really muscled up. If you have an opportunity to meet this young man, take advantage of it. Oh, my goodness. What a slam. Mercado just about out of it. To the buckle. And Atlas is whipping him from pillar to post. Look at the traps on Atlas. Look at his shoulder and trap development. Unbelievable. This man is truly unbelievable. Mercado rakes the eyes a bit. Again, a rake of the face. Uh-oh. Looks like Atlas getting himself up. Atlas stalking him. Getting himself up now. Mercado. Mercado may be going way out. Imagine the strength possessed by Tony Atlas. Down to the chin. The whole ring shakes. Covered by Atlas. 2 and make it 3. Tony Atlas, victorious.
Here is the time, 3 minutes and 1 second, the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas victorious. Mercado will be feeling the effect of that body slam for a long, long time to come. Atlas, truly a sensational athlete, fine gentleman as well. We said before, if you ever have an opportunity to meet this man, or if you ever have an opportunity to watch him in person, you just will not believe what you see. Atlas on his way to victory again, as was earlier on Pedro Morales, Greg Valentine, and the body, Jesse Ventura, notwithstanding Adrian Adonis, who, of course, really made an impression, a negative one, especially on the doctor and attendant George Zahorian. Steve Travis.
Gentlemen, the next contest, this is the one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Hong Kong, weighing 230 pounds, here is Lee Wong. And in the corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas against Lee Wong. Needless to say, Mr. Wong, the underdog.
The following is commercial in nature. Thursday night, May 20th, professional wrestling in the state of New Jersey in East Brunswick, New Jersey. Coming to town that night, the likes of Swede Hansen, the likes of Pedro Morales, and more. East Brunswick, New Jersey on May 20th. Then on May 21st, a Friday night, action shifts to the Middletown, New Jersey North High School. Coming to town that night will be Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and Adrian Adonis among those at the Middletown North High School, Middletown, New Jersey, Friday, May 21st.
Atlas easily reversing things. Atlas pulling on the arm.
I tell you, Vince, when you see Tony Atlas in the ring against top competition, that man can move and he can really go.
Wong almost pinned. Be the first time ever I've ever seen anyone pinned with this particular hold. I guess it could happen.
It could happen, Vince, if you don't pay attention to the count. Sometimes you think of the pain that's taking place in your arm, or you're trying to think of how to escape that hold. And while you're thinking that, you don't realize the referee is counting your shoulders down and the match is over. You must all the time pay attention to the counts. Whether you're outside of the ring or by the ropes, or if your shoulders are down.
Look at this. Atlas with those mammoth arms. Unbelievable physique.
Tony Atlas, with the size of that man, he can really move. He throws one of the most beautiful drop kick that you can ever throw in the ring. He really gets way up there.
Atlas with tremendous power. Look at this. So much so, Wong couldn't get him out of the corner. Wong continuing to work on the left arm. All right, however, breaks things up. Atlas upside his head. Atlas all over. Atlas with a front face lock. And you kind of get the impression he's toying around with his opponent, Pat.
Without a doubt, Vince, I'm sure if you wanted to finish Wong, you could have done it very easy earlier. I'm sure he knows he's in total control.
Sit out by Wong. I think he may be biting. Wong is going for the gun. He's really going for that left arm. And you wouldn't think that you could do much damage to it, Pat.
Well, not actually the way Wong was doing it, Vince. When a man is muscular like that, you really have to work on an arm.
Monkey flip. Drop kick by Atlas, and he was up there. Atlas with Wong in the air. Way up there. Oh, my goodness. Forget about it. Oh, yeah.
Well done. Very spectacular wrestler, Tony Atlas.
We'll be seeing a lot more of this, man. Atlas, Mr. USA. He is a brick house.
It is a time, 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Atlas, smile on his face, done a victory. And we'll be seeing more of Mr. Atlas as now we go back. Lee Wong never had a chance against the likes of a Tony Atlas. A whip to the buckle. Atlas moves in right in on him. And Monkey flips him right out. Snapped him so hard. Look at that drop kick. Devastating right on the butt of the jaw. Atlas now with Wong. And of course, this is a patented Tony Atlas maneuver. Tremendous drop from the top there. Unbelievable. Tony Atlas on to victory once again. And we shall return as we continue with more. Stay with us.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 220 pounds, here is Jeff Craney. And in the corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas taking on Jeff Craney. Here we go.
This is a commercial break. A reminder that next Saturday, Championship Wrestling returns to its regular time slot of Saturdays at 12 midnight. Don't miss all of the action on Championship Wrestling back at midnight next Saturday here on Channel 9. And don't forget that new date of pro wrestling at the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale on Long Island. It will be Wednesday, July 21st. And next week, we should have an idea as to who will be appearing when professional wrestling returns to Uniondale, Long Island, the Nassau Coliseum, Wednesday night, July 21st.
Tony Atlas looking very well. We've just been given notification that joining us next week on Championship Wrestling in a non-title event will be no less than a one and the only World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund. Talk about the great champions. You have to include Bob Backlund is right out there with the top rung of the ladder as one of the all-time greats. He has been World Wrestling Federation champion for over 4 years, and he has taken on and continues to take on all comers. What a competitor.
Without a doubt, Vince, I've seen a lot of wrestlers in my days, and I would say the one that I respect the most in wrestling is Bob Backlund, without a doubt.
Started wrestling at age 10. He got a really big head start on almost everyone.
And you talk about athlete, you know, we're looking at Tony Atlas. Without a doubt, he is an athlete. But Bob Backlund is some kind of an athlete. This man trains and works out. He loves to work out and train. He's really in tremendous condition.
Atlas in control, to say the least. Craney now, whip to the buckle. Atlas moving in. Monkey flips him up and out.
Amazing how Tony Atlas, for a big man, how well he moves. Look how easy he picks him up, Vince.
Unbelievable power. No one can do that like Tony Atlas can. Atlas looks fabulous. Boy, what an athlete. Unbelievable.
Here is the time, 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, as we take another look at a patented Tony Atlas maneuver. Atlas now with Jeff Craney, and Mr. Craney knows all too well there's only one place for me to go after you get up there, and that's all the way down. Pedro Morales scheduled to join us over most of these same stations, but again, the big news is the fact.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, it is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 320 pounds, here is Jim Hamilton. Corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Well, we were mentioning earlier on the phenomenal skills of the Superfly Jimmy Snuka. This man, too, Atlas, has phenomenal ability. We'll find out just how much in a moment.
Pausing for this commercial break, another reminder about the great card at the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, Long Island, on the date of Wednesday, July 21st. Advance tickets on sale at the Coliseum box office and Ticketron. The Mighty Midgets will see action, and Mr. USA Tony Atlas hopes to lift Raw Bone Swede Hansen up and down. He goes to the mat. Pedro Morales, the Intercontinental Champion, will defend his title. And as we mentioned, something Jimmy Superfly Snuka wants, he'll go after at the Nassau Coliseum on July 21st.
Big Jim Hamilton hammering away on Tony Atlas in the corner.
Did you see that push a little while ago? Atlas really pushed
I mean, there's one way to push. There's more than one way, I'll tell you.
Hamilton's like a big ox. He just keeps coming at you. Atlas having problems putting him down, although earlier on, as you said, he really gave him a shove. Staggering. Big Jim Hamilton, 320-pounder. Uppercut by Hamilton. Bear hug by Atlas. Now Hamilton can get very little, if any, leverage here.
Not at all, no. He can't really put any pressure around Atlas at all. Too high.
He'd have to get inside or around the elbow and break it. Not too likely when you have the strength of a Tony Atlas. Atlas takes the big 320-pounder over. Hamilton very slow in getting up. Headbutt by Atlas. Hamilton staggered. No.
He's going to do it.
He's not going to do it. It's impossible.
He's got him. He's got him, Vince.
That's absolutely impossible.
He's got it. Good balance. He's got to have balance with that strong big man.
Oh, my! He did it. 320 pounds. Atlas didn't hold him up there long, but he got him up and slammed him down to the canvas.
That big man cannot.
And he's done. Look, he's like a dead whale. All he's got to do is lean on him. Well, for those Eskimos who are looking for some blubber, there's about 320 pounds of it on the canvas right now, thanks to Tony Atlas. I don't think Mr. Hamilton's body will ever recover after that. Unbelievable feat of strength by Tony Atlas.
It is the time of the fall, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. And the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Atlas victorious, looking down on his opponent who was still on the canvas. Now, I don't know, we're going to need 3 or 4 men to get this man up. Jim Hamilton. Jim Hamilton, victorious. Or rather, Jim Hamilton falling to defeat. It's Atlas victorious. Another victory for Mr. USA. Tony Atlas will have more of Championship Wrestling.
Here comes Mary. Wonder what she'll borrow today. Usually it's...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right, from Newark, New Jersey, weighing 225 pounds, here is Tony Calone. And his opponent from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Yes, sir. Look at this ovation for Tony Atlas. Tremendous ovation. Atlas makes his return to the World Wrestling Federation. Here we go.
Atlas extends the head.
That was nice. Boy, he's put on some weight. He's really bulked up. He looks fantastic.
Oh, he does. That's like hitting concrete when you hit Atlas. Atlas unloads on Cologne. Atlas double clutching. Atlas striking to the throat. Look at this. Headbutt by Tony Atlas. And Cologne takes the powder.
Oh, he looks like he's glad to be back.
Oh, look at these fans. Are they ever happy to have him back? Oh. At the conclusion of this match, we'll be reading you comments that you sent in the mailbag. Also give you the address to send more comments, should you desire, on this week's All-Star card. Look at Atlas. Boom. Oh. Right in the chops. Atlas with Cologne now. To the ropes. Goes downstairs and stops him in his tracks.
Oh, he looks powerful, but I got news. He is powerful. This man is strong.
Atlas, one of the most powerful men in professional wrestling.
Without a doubt. He is. If Tony Cologne cannot get out of this hole, if it was him, I would
look at that.
Maneuver myself towards the rope.
Unbelievable bulk and mass in Atlas. Cologne raking the face of Atlas. A little sweat in the eye, I think. Downstairs now. Retaliatory measures. Drop kick by Atlas. Nailed him right in the jaw.
Very agile for a big man.
Boy, did he ever get up there. Oh. Cologne goes way up. Even higher now. Down to the canvas. Atlas. Good across the chest.
Boy, you've got to be powerful, and you've got to have a strong back and good balance to do something like that.
An incredible athlete, Tony Atlas, will get the official time.
Here is the time, 3 minutes and 1 second, and the winner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas victorious. Let's take a look at the replay, and at the same time, we'll read you a letter written by John Horgrove of Somers, Connecticut, who writes, Dear Mr. Patterson, you seem to be a knowledgeable person. My cellmate and I, this is actually from Somers, Connecticut prison, my cellmate and I want to know if Afa and Sika were to be pinned in a non-title tag team match, would the pinning team have priority for a title match?
Well, Vince, they would definitely get a title match within 30 days.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest scheduled for 1 fall or 2 curfew. Introducing from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 245 pounds, it is Don Kernodle. And his partner from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing 255 pounds, it is Bob Bradley. And their opponents in the corner to my right, from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, it is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And his partner from Washington, D.C., weighing 250 pounds, it is Rocky Johnson.
What a tag team combination this is. Well, the fans have been hoping this combination will be made for some time. Johnson and Atlas getting it together. Here we go. Rocky Johnson against Bob Bradley. And so far it's been all Rocky Johnson.
Now drag takedown. Hello. Back body drop. Hits him sky high.
That Rocky is he is so smooth and he is so spectacular. Really a joy to watch him in the ring. Really, really something else. All right.
Made to Tony Atlas now. We'll see what he can do.
I tell you, Bradley really feels that pain in that shoulder.
Atlas. Tag is made. Oh, look at that. Wow. Look at these fans up on their feet, all in appreciation of this tag team combination. Here's a look at Rock a moment ago in the Victory magazine, and yes, sir, these two will be in there perhaps as tag team champions if they keep this up, but it's a long way to go. Let's get the official time.
Here is the time, 1 minute and 36 seconds. Here are the winners, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson.
Atlas and Johnson victorious. We'll take a look at what we saw moments ago and invite you to comment on this week's championship wrestling event. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, we regret now that we have no more information on Eddie Gilbert for you. A real unfortunate incident with Eddie Gilbert. Next week, we will have definitely an update on Eddie Gilbert. A 6-man matchup with the Samoans. Also, Tito Santana to join us. Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, also on hand. Along with the Invaders tag team combination, the Magnificent Morocco, and more of Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, and his tag team partner, Rocky Johnson, plus the Iron Sheik, and more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, it is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, 15-minute time limit. It is a tag team match. Introducing in the corner to my left from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 225 pounds, here is Jeff Craney. And his partner from Lynn, Massachusetts, weighing 225 pounds, here is Len Kruger. And from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and his partner from Washington, D.C., weighing 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, and they make a sensational tag team combination. Here we go. Rocky locking up, and now tagging his partner, Tony Atlas, stepping in the ring. Jeff Craney wide open. Atlas gives him a shot to the ribs. This could be certainly one of the most powerful tag team combinations in the World Wrestling Federation today.
Without a doubt, Vince, if they stick together, first of all, the main ingredient to become a good tag team is you got to be good friends and get along outside of the ring. These two men get along very well. They're very good friends. They've known each other for many, many years. And I'll tell you, when you're a team, you don't work only for yourself. You have to work for the team.
Well, I think that's what you'll see here in Atlas and Johnson. Tagging out now. Atlas in. Good butt by Atlas. My goodness. Lynn Kruger finding himself in the clutches of a vice. Tag made again now. Rocky Johnson in.
That's good. A lot of tags.
Wide open Ken Kruger.
Ay, ay, ay.
Johnson lifting right off his feet. Again. Holds him up there. Atlas comes in. Kruger having his problems. Uh-oh. Looks like he's going to have more of a problem. Way up in the air and way down to the canvas. Atlas out across the chest. Lights out. Atlas and Rocky Johnson. Sensational tag team combination. We'll get the official time.
Here is the time, 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Here are the winners, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson.
All right, that's it. Atlas and Johnson together. I suspect we'll be seeing a great deal of them in tag team combinations in the near future. There, Lynn Kruger on his way up. On his way up to, and then on his way down to the feet. Certainly appreciate the report we had earlier on this week. Dr. George Sahorian. Certainly wish well the comeback effort. Missionary viewer participation suggested for the following World Wrestling Federation events.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Wrestling. My name is Joe McHugh, your ring announcer. On the opening contest, it is a tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Nice, France, weighing in at 245 pounds, it is Rene Goulet. And his partner from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing 255 pounds, it is Bob Bradley. And their opponents in the corner to my right, from Washington, D.C., weighing 250 pounds, it is Rocky Johnson. And his partner from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds, it is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Yes, sir. These two men are really put together. Atlas and Johnson in a fine tag team combination. We're set for the action to commence. Frequent tag off of Atlas and Johnson.
Well, Vince, you can't find a team that looks better than Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas. Both have great speed and great strength.
Off the rope, nice shoulder block. Atlas to the rope again. Bradley, whoa! Trying to go for the back body drop, and Atlas very easily leaped over Bob Bradley.
If you notice, Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, they try to hold their opponents close to their corner at all time. All they have to do is a easy reach over to the tag. And they do a lot of tagging, which I mentioned so many times is very important in tag team matches.
Crisscrossing fashion again. Goes down. Does Bradley. Look at Atlas. Side headlock, and in comes Tony Atlas again.
Really a fine tag team combination.
When you're in a standing side headlock such as Mr. Bradley is against the likes of Rocky Johnson or Tony Atlas, it's like being in a vice, is it not, Pat?
It sure is. If these men really want to put the grip on, you're going to feel every bit of it.
To the rope, trying to set him up. Nice maneuver. Rope again. Oh, yes, sir. Holding his head a bit, reaching back for the tag. No. Elbow now on Atlas. On his feet. Barely on his feet is Bob Bradley. Collision there a moment ago, and Bradley's taking advantage of the situation.
Well, Goulet stepped in and really helped Bradley take advantage of this.
Oh, can't snap him over. Oh, that may break him up. Working downstairs. Atlas exploding. Into Rocky Johnson. Tag is made. Here comes the Rock now, and Bradley's in some danger. Look at that.
Very well done. These two, Atlas and Johnson, they really think of one another in there.
All right, Bradley now up in the air. Way up in the air. Down to the canvas. Oh, tremendous. Across the chest. 1, 2, and lights out. Yes, sir. Atlas and Johnson. It looks like they're going to be together for some time to come.
Here is the time, 3 minutes and 11 seconds on the winners. Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson.
Atlas and Johnson victorious, very happy about it, as well they should be, as we go now to slow motion. All right, now here, tag had been made moments ago, and you see in the background Rocky Johnson leading to his tag team partner, hoping to look at unbelievable strength possessed by Atlas. Look at Johnson in the background. Oh, what a devastating maneuver. They had insult to injury. Atlas up to come down across the chest. We'll go back up now for our
match. Scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And his partner from Washington, D.C., weighing 250 pounds. Here is Rocky Johnson. And their opponents in the corner to my left from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 230 pounds. Here is A.B. Carson. And his partner from Marion, Ohio, weighing 245 pounds. Here is Charlie Fulton.
Charlie Fulton and his tag team partner. Set for action. Here we go.
This is a commercial break. Join us at All-Star Wrestling's time slot of Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on Channel 9. All-Star Wrestling, Channel 9, Saturdays at 10 a.m. 1 week from this Tuesday night, November 22nd, the World Wrestling Federation comes to Queens, New York, at the Queensboro Community College. In the Bayside section, you'll see Mr. USA Tony Atlas, the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff, Tito Santana, and a whole host more at the Queensboro Community College in Queens, New York, November 22.
Carson firing off. Atlas fires back. Carson now being wound up by Tony Atlas. Oh, my goodness. Tag is made to the rock. Earlier on, we read a note from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Quick one we may. And these are, and we really do appreciate it. There's so many, they're so interesting from all parts of the country, from all walks of life. This one is from Bartholomew Fraser from Brooklyn, New York. He writes, would you do me a favor and ask Tony and Rocky, meaning, of course, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson, how they would like the name Chocolate Thunder? And please ask them to use it.
Something different.
It's different. Atlas and Johnson, without a doubt, one of the finest tag team combinations anywhere in the world. Perhaps championship bound, some say they are.
Well, the way they're going, without a doubt, Vince. And I said before, they get along so well in the ring and outside of the ring. They spend so much time in the gym, plus all the traveling that they have to do.
Have a similar diet as well, and that always helps.
Truly dedicated.
Carson making a big mistake there. A bigger one there. Oh my. Carson breaking the face. That's one way to escape. But Carson hammering on the back of the neck area. Johnson. Atlas and Johnson both take tremendous sums of punishment, and they're built to take it.
Carson just wants to take too much.
Ooh, wow, what a right hand. Tag is made now, and Atlas comes in, reaching for the tag. No tag made. Up goes Cole. Wow, tremendous maneuver. Atlas, ooh, with a headbutt that Carson will remember for weeks to come. Atlas, with Carson's legs buckling, going down to the canvas, and Tony Atlas has his man right where he wants him. A whip to the far side. Atlas moving in. Monkey flips his man out. Back down again. Look, Carson is out of it, Pat.
He doesn't know where he's at.
Tag is made to the rock. Carson trying to make his way over to tag Charlie Fulton. Ooh.
Reverse headlock, and look at Johnson putting on the pressure. Referee checking to see if it would be a chokehold.
Reaching now for the ropes. Rocky risking disqualification, breaking the hold. Put him in a breadbasket. Carson in the wrong part of town over there.
Carson has been trying to get away for a long time.
Well, that's one thing that Atlas and Johnson do very, very well. They keep an opponent very close to their home corner. A logical thing to do, and they do it very well.
Look at this.
It looks like he's going up. Is he ever? Ooh, wow. Devastating slam. Crunch, and lights out. I think time ran out, Pat. I'm not too sure that they got to do.
I have the feeling sometimes the timekeeper gets excited.
Well, let's get the official decision.
Here is the time, 4 minutes and 37 seconds on the winners, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson.
Well, the match not near the 10-minute time limit, only about 4.5 minutes. We will see more, no doubt, of Rocky Johnson and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, in weeks to come. We said before, we do enjoy your comments, ladies and gentlemen, all the time. We do invite you to drop us a line by simply writing to Wrestling, care of Post Office Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. We certainly appreciated a comment from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and from Brooklyn, New York. More later on, and more pro wrestling action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, it is a non-title tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson. And the opponent from the Isle of Samoa at a combined weight of 598 pounds, here are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the Wild Samoans.
Oh, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity, can't you, Pat?
I feel the excitement.
Consultation going on between Atlas and Johnson on the far side as now they best keep their eyes on Afa and Sika. There it is.
You know, I'm really surprised that Lou Albano let the Samoan have a match against Atlas and Johnson. And I feel that if the Samoans could just defeat Johnson and Atlas, that would be the end of them as a team. Maybe that's what Lou Albano has in mind. Maybe.
Well, really, Mr. Albano, not with the... I mean, the title is not at stake here, so he doesn't have a great deal to lose, I would not think.
Well, maybe if the Samoans can hurt one of them, then they wouldn't have to worry about them in the future.
Well, of course, the other side of the coin could also be true. You can see the look of determination here on the face of Atlas. He is ready.
The following is commercial in nature. A holiday wrestling spectacular appears in Madison Square Garden on Monday night, December.
Caught with a chop there by Big Sika. Rocky over the top again. Winding up Big Sika some more.
You notice how the Rocky and Atlas trying to stay close to their corner, but now Rocky's in the wrong corner. Nice maneuver.
Double headbutt. Rocky Johnson explodes. Atlas explodes. Double trouble. There we go. Referee trying to maintain some order in the match, and Rocky is really up. Around behind, there it is, abdominal stretch. No. Alpha coming in. Abdominal stretch again.
Look, Rocky
That's it.
will not give up. He wants to win. He wants to win. He wants the victory.
Alpha right back again. We're going at it.
This match is a brawl.
It would appear as though that there was some sort of disqualification. Certainly one was warranted. That's Rocky Johnson out on the concrete floor. We'll get the official time and the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 minutes and 57 seconds, the referee has disqualified the Wild Samoans. The award the decision to Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson.
Well, some of the fans about ringside certainly appreciating that decision. However, well, it's a decision and that I'm sure Atlas and Johnson are not exactly all that happy with. Yes, they took the match. Let's go back and take a look at some of the action that we saw if we have it. There we see the abdominal stretch, and of course from there the Samoan will come in, and on that occasion, and that's what it was, you see the referee disqualifying Appa and Sika. The victory goes to Atlas and Johnson.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is for the World Wrestling Federation's Tag Team Championship. It is set for one fall to a finish with no disqualification. Introducing the challengers from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, Rocky Johnson. And his partner from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And from the Isle of Samoa, at a combined weight of 590 pounds, here is the World Wrestling Federation's Tag Team Champions, the Wild Samoans.
Well, sir, no disqualification in this match, and the arena jam-packed to the rafters to see this one. Appa and Sika, regarded as perhaps the toughest tag team combination in history, against Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson. No disqualification, one fall, 15-minute time limit. And Pat Patterson this week going with the Samoans, stating that they're likely to have a successful tag team defense. I personally feel that Atlas and Johnson are so primed, so peaked, so determined, that they're going to take it away from them. Here we go, pandemonium already breaking loose.
Taking this commercial break, another big night of World Wrestling Federation mat action is scheduled to appear at the Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York. The date will be Wednesday, December 28th. The list of talent coming to White Plains, mind-boggling. The Invaders, Tito Santana, Sergeant Slaughter, and Iron Mike Sharp, hoping to make the most of his opportunity in White Plains, New York, at the Westchester County Center, when wrestling returns Wednesday, December 28th.
Oh, my! Continuing to clean house, Atlas and Johnson.
Well, all the four men in the ring at the same time, no disqualification, anything could happen. And, you know, that could fire back on Rocky Johnson and Atlas at no disqualification, as wild as the Samoans are.
Atlas and Johnson, this has really turned into a Donnybrook, and the referee not in an enviable position at all, trying to maintain order in this matchup.
You know, Vince, this is why I'm saying no disqualification. Anything could happen, and as bad as they are, the Samoans, something bad could happen. That's what I mean.
Lou Albano, no doubt concerned. A little consultation on the part of Rocky and Tony Atlas. More consultation on the part of the Samoan.
I'm sure the fans want everybody. Everybody wants to see Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas take the championship.
Lou Albano taking a seat, actually. Can you believe he's actually sitting down at ringside in his own personal chair?
Captain Lou Albano will very seldom sit down. He won't be sitting there too much. He's really worried.
Unfortunately, we've just been told we're going to take a commercial break. I can't believe it. All right, right, we're going to take a break. Hopefully we're not going to miss any action. We'll be back in just a moment. Fortunately, no fall here, but Rocky Johnson, we're back. Rocky Johnson is taking tremendous sums of punishment.
Look how vicious the Samoans are this week. Lou Albano putting a lot of pressures on the Samoans.
Atlas wanting to come in and help out Rocky, who's really having his problems over in the Samoan corner. You just can't spend any time over in the Samoans' corner.
Well, Atlas actually could go in there and help Rocky Johnson. There is no disqualification. But I think why he's not going in there, he doesn't want to be trapped. He's just hoping Rocky will recover.
To the rope now. The Rock takes a double shot and bends up and down in pain. Almost a count of 3.
You can actually hear.
Look at Sika.
You can actually hear Tony Atlas from the outside to come on, Rocky, get up.
Albano directing traffic in there. Boy, I mean, these fans are really with them. Rocky trying to heed the call. Rocky with an elbow, another one. To the rope, shoulder block, nicely done. Pushing. Downstairs goes Big Sika and Alpha.
Those Samoans, they know what they're doing, Vince.
Double team out, they're just eating him up.
No disqualification. Oh, the Stony Atlas want to get in there. Look at him. Actually yelling at Rocky. Get up.
Look at Atlas yelling at Rocky Johnson.
He's begging him.
That's one of the things that makes this a great combination. Their willingness to help each other out. Albano trying to direct traffic. To the rope goes Rocky. Oh, nicely done.
Well, actually, Albano could just do about anything and get away with it. There was no disqualification. That's why I'm not certain about this match, Vince.
Well, there was some conjecture as to whether or not the disqualification rule was waived only as relates to the title being changed. I'm not...
Well, Vince, Albano accepting that match with no disqualification, he must have something in his mind.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No doubt of it. Rocky Johnson, a little more leverage now on that second rope. Off the rope, shoulder block, both men down. Albano looks like he's a little antsy now about the latest turn of events. Oh, look at that. Couldn't get him.
Rocky's got to get out of there. He's got to make that tag, but he won't last too much longer.
Wide open, Rocky Johnson. Cover again. Sika now. No.
I tell you, the Samoans are in control. I still feel that Lou Albano's got something up his sleeve. Accepting a match for the championship. No disqualification.
Rod finding a back door, and Tiger got Tony Atlas. Atlas in there cleaning house. Good putt. referee's knocked down. Trevor, oh, come on. Oh, he should have had it right there. Alberto getting into trouble. Attack.
The referee is out. I know it. I know it.
Oh, no. Alberto in there, no. Oh, no. I can't believe it.
We've got new champions. We've got new champions.
New tag team champions of the World Wrestling Federation. Unbelievable. Pandemonium broken loose. Atlas and Johnson. New tag team champions. The chair still around the head of Alpha. Let's get the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the time. 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Here are the new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson.
One of the great tag team matches. Oh no, look at that. Unbelievable. The chair right across, unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this. Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson, new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. They said it couldn't be done. They did it. Let's take a look at what we saw just moments ago. Here now. Unbelievable what's going to happen. The referee was knocked out. Albano comes in. Atlas held by Alpha. Albano rears up. That's a solid oak chair. That's solid oak. Alpha. Down. Albano can't believe what he's done. Lou Albano cannot believe. Referee recovers, looks over. Atlas is on top of the Samoan, and there you see the pandemonium that broke loose. Right now we have Pat Patterson, the new tag team champion.
All right, here we have one of the new World Tag Team Champions.
What did I tell you? What did I tell all the people out there, brother? When we had to get down, we could do it. We could win the belt. We won it for all of our fans and all of our people. You don't know this, but we are the first black tag team champions of the world ever.
All right, all right.
In the ring in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, the newly crowned tag team champions. Tony Atlas on the left, Rocky Johnson behind him. Their opponent outside the ring. At the moment, there's Rene Goulet, one of the opponents. And Butcher Paul Vachon behind Rene Goulet. We should have, no doubt, lots of action in the non-title tag team matchup. Displaying his awesome power. Now I think Monsieur Vachon is going to show his tag team partner Rene Goulet. He can perhaps do better. Locking up now with Atlas.
Vince, they're only champion, but they both look like champions.
Look at the muscularity of Atlas. Atlas power pound.
Johnson and Atlas really make a fine combination.
Without a doubt. That's it. Goulet is gesturing to the referee as though Vachon's hair was pulled.
That would be quite difficult. Vachon whipped to the ropes. Atlas down to the canvas. Nice shoulder block. Vachon off again. Atlas down again. But right in front of him. Uh-oh. This time. Vachon slammed down and the tag is made to Rocky.
Vachon is a very heavy man and Tony Atlas picked him up like nothing.
Oh, cover one. We get two. That's all. Thanks to Mr. Goulet. With Goulet. Whips it. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Goulet teetering on that top rope. Yeah, Goulet is not supposed to be in the ring.
Right now, he doesn't know where he's at.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't.
I tell you, Vince, you're looking at the two of the Atlas guys in a row, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson. But they know that the battle is not over. Now they have to defend. Now they have to defend their championship. That's the hardest battle right there. Keep the belt. Rocky, so spectacular.
Very agile.
It's a pleasure to watch him in the ring.
Cool, very unorthodox style as well. Vachon just flabbergasted, I think, a little bit of the style of Rocky Johnson. Now Goulet will again try his luck.
Rocky and Fulton look so great.
Rocky looking over at Tony. These two men, Atlas and Johnson, built like Mack trucks. You can bet Goulet was not whispering to Rocky. More like fighting. Rocky in a little trouble. That's a time to tag him. Tag team partner. Atlas comes out swinging. Atlas, double clutch. And the tag is made to the butcher, Paul Vachon. Vachon on the end of a right hand of Tony Atlas. Into the foot, tag is made. Here comes the rock.
They're trying to keep their opponent close to their corner as much as they can.
Kick by Vachon, right hand by Vachon. Open chop to the throat, another one knocks Rocky down. Mr. proud of himself. Vachon lifted at 264 pounds.
Look at that, both men here choking right in front of the referee.
Rocky Johnson attempting to assert himself at least. As Vachon up, tags Tony Atlas, nicely done. What's going to happen here? Down with a head. Atlas covering Vachon. And gets the dirt. So Atlas and Vachon get the Duke in quite an easy fashion, wouldn't you say, Pat?
Yes, total control through the whole match. Believe me, Vince, the way I feel now, they're so determined they're going to remain champion for a long time.
Quick high fiber. Take a look at what we saw just moments ago. Here now, tag was made, and Rocky has 5 seconds to step to the outside of the ring. Instead of that, however, he goes over to make sure there's not going to be any interference there. Of course, the cover by Atlas. For the benefit of those of you who would like to drop us a line this week, we do, as always, welcome your comments and suggestions and questions. We invite you to write to Wrestling at care of P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. All kinds of pro wrestling excitement still yet to come. A quick note for next week. Schedule going to next week, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Slaughter
and gentlemen, the next contest, it is a non-title tag team match. Introducing in the corner to my right from Santo Domingo, weighing 240 pounds, it is Israel Matia. And his partner from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing in at 255 pounds, it is Bob Bradley. And in the corner to my right are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And his partner from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
Two of the finest physical specimens you'll find in any sport, Atlas
Indeed.
and Johnson. Aren't they sensational?
Oh, just tremendous. And great champions.
Yes, indeed, in many, many respects. We're just about ready for the action in the non-title tag team matchup.
There are still choice seats available for next Saturday night's card of professional wrestling at the Olympic Auditorium. Pick them up at the box office or all Ticketmaster locations. Next Saturday night at 8 p.m., you're going to see Mil Mascaras meet Iron Mike Sharp. Tito Santana defends the Intercontinental title in a return bout against the magnificent Morocco. And then Hulk Hogan, the World Wrestling Federation title defense against the mass superstar at the Olympic Auditorium just 1 week from tonight.
Well, the Rock off the rope over his man, right back at him. Leapfrog. Rock still coming right at him. Over leapfrog, back off the ropes. Rocky puts on the brakes and maintains control. Looks like maybe he hurt his ankle a little bit.
Bradley, quick to take a breather. Tag off to Israel Matia out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. You know, we talked about the tremendous physical specimens in Atlas and Johnson, but what a wrestling machine these two gentlemen are. Hammerlock right now. Tony Atlas, Mr. USA on Israel Matia. Apply the pressure.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, earlier on, of course, we announced that Fuji would not take a tag team partner other than Tiger Chung Lee. Well, next week we will see them in tag team action. Fuji and Lee have signed on the dotted line in a contract to square off against Ivan Putski and Andre the Giant.
I can hardly wait.
Tag mate now, off the rope, big Israel Matia, double team. Down goes the big boy from Santo Domingo.
Rocky Johnson going to the head, side headlock, Matia over to Bob Bradley out of Sioux City, Iowa. Rocky Johnson not in the best position, staying in that corner, but he quickly moves out.
Taken down by Bradley, tries to come over, off the rope now, and oh, missed by a mile. Look at that, caught him with the rebound. Oh. Rocky, a tag made to Tony Atlas. Up on his feet now, Bob Bradley. A whip to the ropes, and there.
Look at this teamwork, up and over.
Up in the air. Down to the canvas. Atlas up and down.
Frontal body splash, and that's all she wrote for the team of Matia and Bob Bradley. Tag team champions Johnson and Atlas. Very quick and very impressive.
Without a doubt, we get the official time and then a word on next week's card.
It is the time, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. It all the winners, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson.
As we outlined earlier on the tag team matchup, we shall await next week Andre the Giant and Ivan Putski to meet Tiger Chung Lee and Mr. Fuji. However, to join us as well, the Iron Sheik, along with Sergeant Slaughter, who's going to be on hand. And in Piper's Pit, Dr. D, David Schultz, Tito Santana, Salvatore Valomo, Brian Flair, Greg Valentine, and a whole lot more.
In the next contest, It is a 6-man tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Montreal, Canada, weighing 282 pounds, here is Butcher Paul Vachon. And from Nice, France, weighing in at 245 pounds, here is Rene Goulet. And from Hollywood, California, weighing 230 pounds, here is Goldie Rodz. And the team in the corner to my right, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 240 pounds, here is SD Special Delivery Jones. And his partners are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Tony Atlas. And from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
What a tag team combination, these three individuals. Wait a minute now, Rene Goulet wanting to start things off, and our ring announcer, Joe McHugh, is almost involved in a brawl there. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few short weeks, the brand new World Wrestling Federation magazine will be on the stands, and I can tell you this, it's going to be one of the best publications ever seen. If you'd like to become a charter subscriber to this great publication, all you have to do is send check or money order for $14.47 for 8 action-packed issues to WWF Magazine, Post Office Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836.
And back in the ring now, Tony Atlas and Goulet. It was Goulet who went after Atlas earlier on before the match began. Has him back in the corner and hammering away now. Tagus made the big Butcher step through, and Butcher Paul Vachon catching the rock there. Double team effort. Finally, the referee gets Goulet out of the ring.
Rocky Johnson right now setting Vachon up for the whip into the turnbuckles, and what a jarring
look at
that
this.
had.
Atlas comes in and caught from behind, tags out quickly. SD now with a big Butcher.
Well, here's the tag, Vachon to Goldie Rodz out of Hollywood, California. Shades of Hollywood indeed.
Rodgers locking up with special delivery now, and SD giving him a headbutt, and Rodgers goes down to the canvas.
Oh, that headbutt. Rocking Goldie Rodz. Tag very quickly.
Atlas now with Rodgers and whips him to the rope, and bends him over, he does. Atlas now with Rodgers in the air. And way in the air, and pandemonium has broken loose. Look at that. Referee 1, 2, and lights out.
Something else. What a package. Tony Atlas taking Rodgers high in the air. And did you see that slam, Vince McMahon?
That came from the top of the Empire State Building. Let's get the official time.
It is the time, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Here are the winners. S.D. Jones, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson.
Well, fantastic teamwork on the part of the trio of Jones, Johnson, and Atlas. And it proved beneficial as they went on to victory.
For the benefit of those of you who'd like to drop us a line this week, as you know, we encourage that on every occasion. Later on, we shall be reading you some of the comments and questions that you have written in. We invite you to write us here to Wrestling, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut,
06836. Stay with us. Scheduled up next over most of these same stations, a most interesting interview. Greg Valentine to join us, and of course, Piper's Pit with his guest, Tony Gurria, and then the big one's going to come along. We'll be back. The announcement, the six-man matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is a six-man tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. What's his first name? Goldie Rogers from Toronto, Canada, weighing 240 pounds. The other is Ron Butler from Toronto, Canada, weighing in at 245 pounds. Charlie Fulton, Marion, Ohio, weighing 245 pounds. And their opponents in the corner to my left, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 240 pounds, SD Special Delivery Jones. And his partners are the World Wrestling Federation's tag team champions from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Tony Atlas. And from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. This, of course, the six-man matchup. Should be an outstanding one, and we're just about ready for the action to commence.
The bitterness between Sergeant Slaughter and the Masked Superstar last Saturday night at the Olympic, evident. Now, one-on-one, they are going to collide next Saturday night in the squared circle of the Olympic Auditorium. Sergeant Slaughter, as of late, has discovered a newfound following of the fans here in the WWF because of what he believes in. And he's going to need it all because the Masked Superstar, his opponent next Saturday, is one tough hombre.
In the clutches of Special Delivery Jones, Ron Butler up against the rope now as Jones whipped to the far side. Butler, oh, wow.
Somewhat apropos, Vince McMahon, on the back of the tights of one Mr. Butler, the cliche or the saying, a hard day's night.
Oh, my. That'll be a hard day's night, that particular maneuver we saw there a moment ago. Butler really shot in the air by Tony Atlas. Atlas greets him now. Ooh, what another tremendous slam. Well, Atlas, with things well in control at the moment, reaches off and tags his partner, Rocky Johnson.
I'll tell you what a physical package both Atlas and Johnson are.
Double team downstairs, and Butler is out of breath and tags off Charlie Fulton now, who will try his luck with Rocky Johnson.
Very brutally, Butler tagging off to Fulton. Rocky Johnson showing us what it's all about. Coming up with a hammerlock on Fulton. Very quick tag to SD Special Delivery Jones. From Philadelphia, Jones with a toe to the midsection that doubles over Fulton.
Charlie with a series of forearms and a series of right hands to the side of the head of SD Jones.
Those are good solid blows, too. Oh, and now all of a sudden, Jones coming back.
Headbutt down to the canvas.
Fulton has got to be seeing stars as very quickly he tags off Goldie Rogers from Hollywood, California.
And Goldie snapped over by SD Jones. Reaches up to make the tag. Here comes Rocky Johnson in. Goldie Rogers. No relation to the former great World Wrestling Federation champion, Mr. Buddy Rogers. No relation at all.
Well, a very vocal and vociferous Goldie Rogers trying to plead his case to some of the fans at ringside this week. Leg pickup by The Rock. Very quickly tagging off to Tony Atlas.
Atlas built like a Sherman tank.
a wish.
Atlas with his men in a most compromising position. Having some fun in there. Rogers is having no fun at all. Rogers screaming in pain. Tag is made. And whoa!
No laughing matter, I can tell you that. Jones in here. Leg drop to the inner thigh. Tony Rogers.
Right back in, Tony Atlas, and Rogers has hardly moved.
Well, he certainly had his share of punishment during the course of this match.
Back in now, Ron Butler, who will try his luck with Mr. USA. Headbutt by Tony. Uh-oh. Butler goes up. Oh! Boy, did he ever go up. And even higher up in the air. A long way to fall. Look at Atlas. Atlas down across the chest. Yes, sir.
The party's over, at least for the trio of Rogers, Fulton, and Butler. What a victory for Jones, Johnson, and Atlas.
Well, there's a real threesome for you. I'm sure we'll be seeing a great deal more of those three. We'll get the official time.
It is a time, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, and the winners, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson, and S.D. Jones.
All right, we'll take a look at what we saw moments ago.
Great teamwork on the part of the trio of Johnson, Jones, and this man, Tony Atlas, taking Ron Butler. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, high into the air. There's the release, and oh, Butler just crashes to the canvas. Tony Atlas follows up with a big body splash. And a subsequent...
Did he ever get up there? For the benefit of those of you who'd like to jot us a line, we welcome you to do so. Right to World Wrestling Federation headquarters, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836. We'll be back with more Wrestling Federation event.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Championship Wrestling. My name is Joe McHugh, your ring announcer. And in the opening contest, it is a non-title tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from Newark, New Jersey, weighing in at 225 pounds, here is Tony Calone. And his partner from Comanche, Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, here is Johnny Ringo. And in the corner to my right, the World Wrestling Federation's tag team champions from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, here is Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And his partner from Washington, D.C., weighing 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, together the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. This, of course, a non-title event. We're ready for the action to begin.
This coming Monday night in Garfield, New Jersey, the World Wrestling Federation will be in town at the Garfield High School gym. Front and center, you will see Tony Gurria, Greg the Hammer Valentine among those in Garfield this Monday night. And then on Tuesday, April the 10th, in Lindenhurst, Long Island, at the Lindenhurst High School gym, tag team champions Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson, in addition to Tony Gurria, will be coming to town at the Lindenhurst, Long Island High School gym this Tuesday, April 10th.
Johnny Ringo, good-sized customer in there, but thus far,
not proving to be up to the par of Rocky Johnson. Let's see what Ringo can do against Atlas now. Tag is made. That's what he can do. He can tag out. There's now Tony Colon. The veteran steps into the ring. Oh. Atlas sidestepping in a right hand. Tony Atlas with a headbutt.
Now Colon here hitting the wrong man when he raked the eyes and then went downstairs on Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas, very explosive.
Atlas now with Colon and whips him to the rope and tries to set him up and does. Colon trying to put on the brakes, but his momentum took him right over the back of Tony Atlas. Atlas tagging his partner, Rocky Johnson. And off the rope, Colon. Oh my, they both go downstairs on Tony Colon.
Tremendous teamwork exhibited by the World Tag Team Champions. Colon, all right, to the midsection of Rocky Johnson. Step over on the wrist, whip into the ropes.
And whips him right down. Throws the hip in, and down goes Tony Colon. This copyrighted telecast being brought to you by the authority of the World Wrestling Federation and Titan Sports Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the telecast, including the imposition of a charge without the express written consent of the World Wrestling Federation, is prohibited. As they tag out now, Atlas in control. Bear hug. Imagine the strength possessed by Atlas and Johnson. They are really put together.
Continually maintaining those great physiques on a daily basis.
Atlas reaching for the tag, and Rocky always there.
Tremendous friendship existing between these two men, both in and out of the ring as Colon goes to work. On Rocky Johnson, a series of rights to the head. Oh, but the Rock comes back. Connery, oh, look at this. Oh! Boy, this Johnson can really turn it on.
Tag is made now. Atlas comes in. He'll try his luck again. Headbutt. Down goes Colon. And it looks like Tony's just starting to warm up a little bit. Uh-oh. Colon up in the air. Way up in the air. Unbelievable. Look at this. Walks around the ring with him a couple of steps. Jilly jives over and down. And the 3 count.
Turn off the lights.
Atlas and Johnson victorious. Sensational victory here in the non-title matchup.
Here is the winners, the World Wrestling Federation's Tag Team Champions, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's join my colleague, Vince McMahon, with the latest World Wrestling Federation update. I know you're going to find it interesting.
For one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first to my right from Comac, New York, weighing 236 pounds, Gino Carabello. His opponent from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
There are few individuals in the world put together quite like Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. Atlas, an extraordinary athlete, now about ready to lock up with Gino Carabello. And I would think that this young man from Long Island would not want to match strength with the likes of Tony Atlas, Bruno.
I would hope that he wouldn't dare, because in Tony Atlas we have a truly, truly powerful man. Look at those arms. They must be, I believe, 22 and a half inches. And, you know, a lot of people may have, not a lot of people, but some people have 22-inch arm, but it's sheer bulk. This is strictly solid muscle.
Yes, indeed, and not only is it, you can see the muscularity and the definition, but that's just one thing. I mean, being strong and having that kind of size is one thing. Knowing how to use it is quite something else.
Absolutely. You have to know how to use it. And, you know, Atlas is not only, you know, he didn't develop that body just doing a lot of concentration moves and different exercise. He got that body by doing extremely heavy lifting. And so he's exceptionally strong. He knows how to use his strength, and he shows it right in that ring.
Atlas right up there. Flying head scissor.
Up there, Vince, he shows you the agility. He's got a lot of muscle, but he's got a lot of good wrestling moves with it, speed. He's got it all. Now, that was a beautiful flying head scissor, and he did it with such ease.
Well, again, I think that's certainly a testimony to the modern day training techniques used by Atlas, that he builds in not only the strength and whatever, but he builds in the agility and the flexibility.
Which is the proper thing to do. And again, like as you say, today, with, you know, in these modern days, with the athletes just know more diets, training, everything, and that's why they're better than ever.
Atlas thus far. Oh my, to the flying head scissor. Down goes Gino Carabello.
Got him with a beautiful monkey flip, and right up here with another flying head scissor. He executed so well and brought him down in here now with a head scissor hanging onto it.
Waiting in the wings later on, as we brought out earlier, the tag team combination of the Tonga Kid and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. You can bet that Roddy Piper, after Piper's Pit, will be hanging around taking a look at that match.
I got a feeling he'll be looking at it, Vince, but from a distance. I don't think he'll get too close to that ring.
Oh, I agree with you there. I don't think he'll be around. Atlas now with his opponent. You talk about strength. He doesn't want to go up, but he goes up anyhow. Down to the canvas. Atlas now. Whoa! Ah, goodness, forget about it. And look at that smile. He was all business in the ring just moments ago. Now that it's over, big smile on the face of Tony Atlas.
Here is your winner, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas, victorious, and certainly feeling good about himself, as well he should, in the World Wrestling Federation. Let's go now to the replay.
Look at this, Vince. Now, this shows the enormous amount of strength to pick up somebody overhead like this. And from this, he slams him. And look at this slam. Now, that's quite a drop for Carabello. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. And then look at this, the big splash. And I mean, look how high he went, coming down full weight. And that, of course, was enough to beat Gino Carabello.
Another victory for Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Mr. Atlas and more of that winning smile. Yes, indeed. He has many victories headed his way, I'm sure, in the World Wrestling Federation. Later on, ladies and gentlemen, to join us, Big John Studd. You wonder whether or not someone will be looking over the shoulder of Big John Studd. And in Piper's Pit, Captain Lewis Alfano, his guest, all that and more. Right now, ladies and
for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Entering the ring at this time from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. His opponent from Comac, New York, weighing 230 pounds, Gino Carabello.
Gino Carabello, I mean, without a doubt, one of the phenomenal athletes in the World Wrestling Federation today, Tony Atlas really put together.
I'll tell you, I've seen, you know, through all the years I've been in different gyms working out. I've seen a lot of these bodybuilders, a lot of muscle men. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody that's got a more impressive pair of arms than this guy. Not that the rest of him isn't extremely impressive, but those arms, they've got to be 22.5 inches at least, and they got so much power to go with that measurements.
Yes, indeed, and Atlas knows full well how to use his power to his advantage. He's motioning, what's he motioning? Motioning someone outside, I think. Atlas, a moment ago, looking about outside the ring. Carabello. Carmen carried that. In the background, what's that? That's Brutus Beefcake.
Yes, Brutus Beefcake. What's with this guy now? What business he got being out there?
there's Brutus in the background. There is Big Jim, calls himself. Brutus Beefcake coming out maybe to take a good look at Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Impressive maneuver as Beefcake looks on right into the face of Atlas. Atlas better mind his own business. Carabello caught him off guard.
Well, you see, he was looking at Brutus Beefcake and he was making a remark to him, and that's when Carabello hit him with a few times. But it did do a lot of damage, as we can see. Atlas came right back.
Headbutt by Atlas.
He wants Beefcake. He says, come on in here. Whatever you're looking for, come in the ring.
Atlas now trying to set up Gino Carabello, and does indeed. Nice back body drop. Atlas now with Carabello. Whoa, my! Did Atlas ever drive him down? The shoulder still down on the canvas, and a 3 count. Look at the lats on this man. Well, everything about him. So very, very impressive.
Here is your winner, Tony Atlas.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, victorious, as we'll go back now and take a look at the way Atlas polished off Carabello.
Well, here, when he picks him up, this is a form of a suplex, but when he takes him, he drops him back. He goes into a bridge. And from that bridge, he holds Carabello down for a count of 3, and he does it beautifully because he's got a nice bridge there, using his leverage and holding Carabello for the full count of 3.
And when Atlas drives you down, take a look at that physique. That's exactly what was facing Carabello. And unfortunately, Carabello did not have the physical tools, nor, I believe, the experience to counter the skills of Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Hollywood, California, weighing 235 pounds, Goldie Rodz. His opponent, from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Tony, Mr. USA Atlas.
Well, I'll tell you something, Jack. As I said before, I don't understand how Tony Atlas won Mr. USA. He did. I don't know how, because with calves like that, he should sue him for non-support.
All right, there's the bell. This match officially underway. Mr. USA Tony Atlas going against Goldie Rodz. Jack Reynolds at ringside along with Jesse the Body Ventura.
And Atlas showing a little bit of strength there. Rodz is complaining he grabbed him by the hair. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Referee for this bout, Terry Yorkston.
Hip toss by Atlas. As you can see, Tony Atlas has tremendous upper body strength.
Tony Atlas has got tremendous strength, period.
Collar elbow hook up again. Into a full Nelson.
A little test of strength right here. Huh? Watch him.
We'll have to see if Mr. Rodz can hold this on Tony Atlas. No way. Very cocky. Tony Atlas is very, very cocky. I would like to put that on him and let him see if he could walk away from me.
He's not being cocky. It's just his style, that's all.
Rodz working an arm bar. I don't know how effective this will be on Atlas. Atlas picks him up. Body slam. Ouch.
Like nothing doing. Tony Atlas with a body slam on Goldie Rodz and a whip.
Lifted his feet right off the ground. Threw him so hard in that turnbuckle. Here comes another one.
Oh, moved the ring that time. There's a tremendous whip into the turnbuckle.
Atlas is setting him up for something. He's looking to the people for something.
Tony talking to the crowd. Here he comes. Oh, look at this test.
Picks him up like a loaf of bread, presses him, and slams him.
tremendous power slam.
And a splash. This could be it. 1, 2, that is it.
That's it. Listen to the tremendous throng in attendance this week on All-Star Wrestling as they cheer for the victorious Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Oh, I'll tell you, Atlas wasted really no time in defeating his opponent, Goldie Rogers.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to make a long appearance tonight, I think, Jack. The winner of the match, Tony, Mr. USA Atlas.
There he goes, the winner, Tony Atlas. We're going to pick up the action once again on our video replay as Tony Atlas wasted no time in defeating his opponent, Goldie Rogers. Here we go.
There he goes. He's looking to the crowd. He's asking the crowd what he should do. Now, I don't understand why somebody does that. You're in there to wrestle. You're not here to appeal to the crowd. He asks the crowd and then lifts Goldie Rogers like a sack of potatoes right over his head. There you see the press. Tremendous strength. But again, could he do that to somebody of the likes of a Mr. Wonderful or a Jesse the Body?
Tony Atlas coming up with the slash right now. That's it, the Atlas Splash. Referee Terry Yorkston with a 3 count. And boy, I'll tell you, you can see in the background the fans just loving it as they are thrilled over the exciting victory by Tony Atlas over Goldie Rogers.
But one thing you must remember, as a professional wrestler and a professional athlete, you're not out there competing for the fans. You're out there to win matches, Jack.
It's Tony's style, though. That's the style that he has acquired over the years. He likes to use, let's say, the audience in some of his battles. All right, Jack Reynolds along with Jesse Ventura. We'll be back with more All-Star Wrestling here on the World Wrestling Federation right after we take time out for this commercial break.
This is a tag team match scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. In the ring at this time, to my right, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 240 pounds, Terry Gibbs. And his partner from Los Angeles, California, weighing 244 pounds, Carl Urey. And their opponents from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And his partner from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 280 pounds, the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting down the dog. Just that. The Dog and Atlas mark their very first appearance as tag team partners. A Dog can bring everybody right up to their feet. Atlas and the Junkyard Dog, at least on paper, certainly a great tag team combination. Whether or not they can function well and gel as a unit, we'll find out here shortly as they begin to lock up with their opponents. And it's going to be Atlas starting things off for his side against Terry Gibbs. And Gibbs quickly into the full Nelson. And Atlas easily breaking it.
Rather silly move on Gibbs' part to put a full Nelson on a guy like Atlas.
Gibbs wanting Atlas to be checked over. Uh-oh. That's why he wanted to be checked over. Smart maneuver there on the part of Terry Gibbs, putting a bad mouth on the Dog over in the corner, I believe.
Well, but look, he's got a front face lock on Tony Atlas, and he's just hanging on to it. That's dangerous. With the power Atlas has, he could pick him up. I was going to say, he's going to pick him up, and look at this.
You can't do that with a man like that. Little pat, little tug on the nose there. Gibbs off the rope. Oh, look at that leap by Atlas. Another leap by Atlas. Gibbs right back at him. Over the hip. Carl Fury over the other hip. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh, my, that's a new one.
That was a new one. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
I certainly have not.
Didn't seem to adversely affect the dog at all. And the dog right on target. Gibbs. The dog got on all fours now. He's just as dangerous on all fours as he is standing up on the two hind ones.
From those headbutts, I think that Gibbs was so confused he thought Atlas was his tag team partner, Young.
Carl Fury now in, trying his luck. Wide open now, and Atlas just takes the loose appendage and begins to work on it. Fury reversing things. And a knee to the chest area and a clip across the jaw. Carl Fury hammering up in the forehead area and the thickness and a rake of the face and a headbutt by Atlas. And the dog has Carl Fury up. Ooh, wow, what a slam. Tag is made now. Atlas comes in. The dog's pointing up in the air. That's a big threat. Carl Fury's going to go. Fury up in the air. Down to the canvas. Oh, my. Atlas across the chest. And putting on the brakes before he ran into the dog. What a combination here. Atlas and the dog will get the official decision.
Here are your winners, the team of Tony Atlas and the Junkyard Dog.
I think we'll be seeing more. We may be seeing a lot more of this combination of Atlas and the Junkyard Dog. Oh, the fans just love them. Yes, indeed. Atlas and the dog just as impressive in the squared circle as we thought they might be. If you don't watch it, Atlas and the dog will have this jam-packed arena. We'll have all of them, all thousands of them in the squared circle. There they go. Yes, sir. Get down with the folks. Get down with the company. On the victory. Let's take you now to a special update.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from parts unknown, weighing 225 pounds, Mr. X. His opponent from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Tony, Mr. USA, Atlas.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, going up against Mr. X. There's the bell, the match officially underway, and right now Mr. X punting away.
That's right, Mr. X caught Mr. USA a little bit off balance. Mr. X throwing Tony Atlas into the corner, comes in with a big shoulder. Like I said, Jack, Tony Atlas, tremendous body, almost as good as mine.
No arguments on this corner. Mr. X punting away right now on Tony Atlas. Your referee for this bout is Roger Francoeur.
And you can see Tony Atlas block that punch, throws Mr. X in the corner, and now big Tony Atlas is going to work on Mr. X. Big headbutt, down goes Mr. X.
Boy, Mr. X felt the effects of that tremendous headbutt by Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
And Atlas, yes, he's going for a pile driver. I haven't seen Tony Atlas use a pile driver. He's looking to the crowd. What's he asking them? Tony Atlas asking the crowd something.
And the crowd responds.
Oh, the press slam. And look how easy Tony Atlas presses Mr. X. Big body slam. Atlas moves the referee out of the way, and a big cover. 1, 2, and that's it, Jack.
Very impressive, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Boy, he didn't waste, I'll tell you, wasted no time in defeating Mr. X.
That's right, Tony Atlas made short work of Mr. X. Mr. X got off to a quick start, but after that, Big Tony took over on him, and that's all she wrote, Jack.
All right, let's get the official decision right now.
The winner of the match, Tony, Mr. USA, Atlas.
Once again, we're going to pick up the video replay as Tony Atlas takes complete control of this bout against Mr. X.
There you can see the tremendous strength of Tony Atlas. Just cleans the man right, almost like an Olympic snatch, right over his head. Presses him. Mr. X it looks like he's saying, please don't drop me. But Big Tony's definitely going to drop him. Walks him around the ring. Tremendous strength. And there goes Mr. X, and that's all she wrote, Jack.
Tony coming in now with a big splash as X lies helplessly on the canvas. Roger Francoeur, referee. There is that big splash.
Tony Atlas coming down all 250 pounds, right on the chest of Mr. X, and it's a simple 1, 2, 3.
All right, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. And I'll tell you, Tony Atlas seemed to be a man with a mission. He seemed to be... I detected, Tony, thank you for joining us here on the World Wrestling Federation. I detected, Tony, that you're mad about something.
It's wrestling, baby. You don't go in there smiling, grinning, and giggling unless you want your behind whooped. You get in that ring, if you ain't serious, you might as well keep yourself at home. You understand what I'm coming from?
I know where you're coming from, Tony. But I noticed that you were exceptionally, I don't know, like a man with a mission this week.
Well, you got to stop playing around. You get in that ring, you play around, these guys hurting you. I get tired of going to the hospital, guys jumping on me and doing me all wrong, thinking that I can't TCB, take care of business. You know, because if a guy is under 600 pounds, he's going to reach the skyscraper. Like they got John Sturd and all these big guys, what about talking about 300 sub pounds? I do curls with 300 pounds. On the bench, I warm up with 300 pounds. 300 pounds don't mean nothing to me. That's just another weight to me. You let Sturd and some of them jump there behind the ring and see if I don't wipe the ceiling with them.
Tony, I know that you're a very dedicated man, not only in the ring, but out of the ring as well, and it shows. And it shows when you're in that ring, as you said, TCB, taking care of business, man. That's where it's
you want to shuck and jam, man. You might well keep yourself at home. There's no place for wrestling. You know, you get in that ring, your body is your protection. We don't have no shoulder pads. We don't have no padding nowhere. These my padding right here. It's the only thing that protects me, just my power and my knowledge in that ring. And when I get in the ring, I'm getting tired of playing around with folks. They get in there, I'm just going to whoop up on them and leave.
Okay.
That's all there is to it, man.
Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. Tony, as always, it's always a pleasure not only watching you in that ring, but also it's a pleasure talking to you, chatting with you outside the ring. One other thing that I'd like to ask you, Tony, a lot of youngsters from time to time come up to me and ask me, they say, how many times does Tony Atlas train? How often does he get into the gym to get in there and pump iron?
Well, you can ask Jesse Ventura in there, man. We all train the same way. From 7 in the morning until 3 in the evening, man. If we ain't running, we pumping that steel. We ain't pumping that steel. We got sparring partners that we train with, and we stand around beating and hitting and getting mean and stuff. My wife don't even want me coming home no more. She told me to stay outside on the porch with the dogs. Don't you come in here acting like that. She don't even want to kiss me no more. See, I'm too mean. She said I'm always want to hurt her or something. Ain't gonna hurt. I love her.
All right, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Right now, a World Wrestling Federation update.
Tony Atlas and Master G, George Wells, going against Frank Marconi and Gino Carabello. Referee Roger Francoeur has called for the bell, and this match officially underway. Quite a combination, Jesse.
Master G, George Wells, that's what he wants to be known as. That collar elbow hookup with Frank Marconi and into a headlock by Master G, George Wells. Beautiful camera work right there as they went into the corner. Marconi catching Wells with a couple of elbows, throws him in, and catches him in some type of head scissors there. I don't think he got all of it like he wanted to, but he catches him with a forearm uppercut, and Marconi's flat on the mat.
Looked to be a little premature with that move in there, Master G.
And a power body slam. 1, 2, and almost got the 3 count. He managed the 2. Marconi's in some trouble here, Jack.
Marconi being a veteran, aware of what George Wells was up to and was able to make a little assault of his own. There's a tag right now. Here comes Gino Carabello.
Along with Tony Atlas, Master G. George Wells, tagging off to Mr. USA, Bony Tony Atlas, I like to call him.
Why Bony Tony?
Well, because he's got those legs. You know, he should really bring a lawsuit for non-support. Those legs are here. But a tremendous upper body. I've seen Atlas bench press well over 500 pounds for repetition before. Big leapfrog by Tony Atlas. And catches Carabello in a tip toss, an arm drag takedown, and a back body drop. And Tony's looking good tonight.
Carabello right now, over by Frank Marconi. Well, this young man got to take a breather. Okay, Tony Atlas in there right now against Carabello.
And a big field throw across the ring. And a flying head scissors by Tony Atlas. And a tag out to Master G. George Wells. The Canadian football star with a head scissors of his own, and Carabello rolling out of the ring. He don't know if it's nighttime or daytime right now.
Carabello out for a breather right now. Referee Roger Francoeur with a count. Carabello back in there.
Master G. George Wells with a side headlock tags Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Atlas with an Irish whip into the rope. Catches Carabello with a hip toss. Backing him into the ropes and a tag to Marconi. And Mr. USA backs off. Marconi coming in. And Atlas takes him down immediately. Try for a cover, not even a count by the referee. Collar elbow hookup.
Marconi trying to break the timing of Atlas and Master G. George Wells. Tony very leery naturally of both Wells and Tony Atlas, and is trying to do his best in that ring to get some sort of an assault going.
Well, he's going for a little roughhouse tactic, and there he put a shot under the head of Mr. USA. And I don't think you want to do that to Mr. USA. And he throws him in, and Master G hits him with a headbutt. And Marconi is down. Irish whip into the rope, and a big football tackle, Canadian style, I guess. Former Saskatchewan Rough Rider, Master G. George Wells tagging Mr. USA. Tony Atlas in a tag. Marconi tags out to Carabello. Headbutt by Tony Atlas, and down goes Carabello.
Tony Atlas in there right now with a tremendous headbutt. There's another, and Carabello is down a tag, and here comes Master G. George Wells.
George Wells into the ring, sets up, and a big football block, and sends Carabello about 6 feet across the ring, Jack.
Another tag. Here comes Mr. USA. Tony Atlas in there right now.
Atlas picking him up. He's going for that big press slam, and he presses him up. Down he goes. The cover. 1, 2, and 3. He got him, Jack.
High press in there. High body press in there by Tony, Mr. USA Atlas. Oh, they're enjoying it. Look at that. Oh, they're loving it. Tell you, quite a combination, Tony Atlas and Master G. George Wells. Right now, let's get the official decision.
The winners of the match, the team of George Wells and Tony, Mr. USA Atlas.
What a combination. Let's pick up the replay very quickly here.
There you see the big press power body slam right there. The press slam. Mr. USA pressing Carabello into the air, slamming him to the mat.
All right, we'll be back with more right after this World Wrestling Federation interview.
See you in Boston. Be there.
A tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my right, from Rockville, Connecticut, weighing 229 pounds, Doc Butler. His partner from Tampa, Florida, weighing 240 pounds, Terry Gibbs. Their opponents from Oakland, California, weighing 248 pounds, George Wells. And from Roanoke, Virginia, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Atlas and Gibbs go at it right away. Oh, my, look at that reversal. Gibbs to the buckle, out and over the hip of Atlas. Atlas flying head scissor, and over goes Gibbs, bouncing. Atlas with Doc Butler likewise the same. I think we've lost track here of actually who should be in the ring. I thought the legal man was Gibbs. Apparently not.
Well, that's who started, Gibbs and Atlas, and boy, that Gibbs really came out in a hurry. He was really very aggressive, but pretty soon Atlas showed him who was who in there, caught him with a beautiful flying head scissors, and then he caught that Butler with the same thing, and now they got George Wells, and look at this, they're ganging up on him.
Butler tagging out as Gibbs steps through now, and they whip Wells to the rope, back off, missing with a slingshot. Wells back, look at that flying body press on both of them. Oh, my goodness.
Almost a double pin there.
I'm not sure, but again, I think Gibbs should be the legal man in the ring. Was there not a tag a moment ago?
Yeah, there was a tag.
So Gibbs doing a pretty good job of keeping himself out of the action, but not helping his team any at all.
This Wells and Atlas make a great team. They really work well together.
Wells, one of the great Canadian football stars before entering the World Wrestling Federation. Atlas just bearing down on the wrist now.
And with the strength he has, boy, that's got to hurt.
Butler better be thinking about tagging his partner, Gibbs.
He tried to do a back roll to get back on his feet, but he's doing it with the wrong guy.
Finally, Gibbs comes in now. Standing side headlock. Atlas not doing a whole heck of a lot with it. They better do something quickly or Gibbs will retaliate. Well, maybe not. Such is the strength of an Atlas.
Yeah, I was going to say, with those 23-inch arms of his, he can put on an awful lot of power. Whoa, headbutt by George Wells. Look at Gibbs. He's a center of the... Oh, beautiful hip toss. I mean, Wells really shot him up there. See the height he got.
Whoa, nicely done. Dumped him right on his head. Oh, the headbutt. Gibbs, the veteran, comes through.
Still, that was some head scissors though that George Wells threw. That really was something.
Wide open now, and oh my, Butler, look at that though.
No effect, no effect.
What a chop. And a tag made now for Tony Atlas stepping through the ropes. Atlas on both of them now. Atlas with a shoulder block. Nicely done on Butler. Actually, that was Wells earlier on, but it's Atlas in the ring, and Butler is headed to the height. Oh, what a slam. Atlas comes down right across the chest. And a 3 count. Tony Atlas, George Wells, victorious.
Here are your winners, the team of George Wells and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
All right, let's go back. Now, this is no small feat of strength.
Absolutely. Here, look how easy Atlas pressed Butler overhead with sides. He then, with full arms fully extended, throws him for that big slam, and that's a big slam. And then here comes with a big splash. Leaps way up in the air, comes down with that big body has boom, right down on Butler. And believe me, that was more enough to get a count of 3.
Judging up next, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. That should be a most exciting matchup. And of course, later on, our special non-title matchup with the World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan.
Ball. Introducing first from Rockville, Connecticut, weighing 230 pounds, Doc Butler. And his partner from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, weighing 257 pounds, A.J. Petruzzi. Their opponents from Krakow, Poland, at 240 pounds, Polish power, Ivan Putski. His partner from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, recently garnering the title Mr. Universe, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas, along with Ivan Putski, and that is without a doubt one of the most powerful combinations I think they ever put together, Bruno. Oh, look out! AJ going to work on Ivan Putski, attacking from behind. Putski staying downstairs, going upstairs now. Ivan hammering away on AJ. A right hand, and down goes AJ Petruzzi out to the ringside. He is taking off out there somewhere.
Oh, what a mistake. Here comes Petruzzi, runs from his corner, comes right to the corner of Atlas and Putski and attacks Putski. I mean, right in their corner. I mean, Atlas stayed out of it. I guess he felt that Putski wasn't going to need any help anyway. But still in all, it was kind of a silly move. Wait till you get him center ring away from Atlas. But anyway, you're talking about their power. It's true. They are. Put these two together, you have two of the strongest men in wrestling, but also two of the finest looking wrestlers too, for body-wise.
Oh, wow.
Atlas just won the title of Mr. Universe.
What I was told, yeah.
Fantastic. I knew he was still competing in those big physique contests.
Atlas now. With those python-like arms.
If Petruzzi's ever been caught in a headlock, I doubt it if he's ever felt it quite like he's feeling it right now. With Tony Atlas, with those 22.5-inch arms wrapped around your neck.
AJ having some difficulty as Atlas against the rope. Ooh, my. Atlas retaliating, however. Thus far, AJ unable to combat the powerful combination of Atlas and Putski. Putski likewise has a... Oh, my, look at this. AJ falls face first to the canvas.
He tried to pull that surprise attack. He's been paying ever since.
Putski with a right hand. AJ makes the tag. Let's see what Doc Butler can do. Not much. Those so far, anyhow.
I doubt if Mr. Butler is going to...
Headbutt.
Headbutt from Tony Atlas.
And right away, the legs went wobbly. Atlas with Doc Butler and an elbow to the back of the head. Again, the legs almost folding up. Tag was made to Ivan Putski. Butler coming off. Oh, there's that patented Polish hammer. A cover. 1, 2, and 3. Another headbutt. Yes, sir. Ivan Putski and Tony Atlas. One of the more powerful combinations you'll ever see in the squared circle as a unit.
The winners of this match, the team of Tony Atlas and Ivan Putski.
Atlas Putski victorious. We'll go back, take a look at the replay.
Well, what we saw here is Atlas had already tagged Putski. As he whips Butler center rope, here comes Putski with the Polish hammer. Boom! He catches him right in the upper chest. Poor Butler really went down like a ton of bricks, and then Petruzzi tried to interfere, and here's how it comes. A big headbutt by Tony Atlas, and here's Putski just finished completing the 10 on Doc Butler. Quite a team. These two guys together, as you say, they got to be one of the strongest teams ever put together in professional wrestling.
Standing by, ladies and gentlemen, Big John Studd, along with Cowboy Bob Orton and Bobby the Brain Heenan, the guest host in Piper's Pit. Let's take you to Piper's Pit.
Thank you very much. Help us. Very well stated. Captain Sylvano, we're going to be right back.
God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, weighing 230 pounds, Mr. X. His partner, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 240 pounds, Barry O. Their opponent, First from Downers Grove, Illinois, weighing 232 pounds, Leaping Lanny Poffo. His partner from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Tony, Mr. USA Atlas.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, returning after an absence here from the World Wrestling Federation. He looks in tremendous shape, Jess.
Looks in great shape. Look at the massive calves on Tony Atlas. They should sue him for non-support. He should sue those calves.
Well, I don't know, Jess. Someone was saying that not too long ago they caught you in the dressing room wrapping newspaper around your calves before you put it on the long tights.
That's strictly a lie, Gorilla. You know that better than anyone.
Well, I don't know. Tony Atlas, to me, I don't care what he's got for calves. He impresses me with that upper body, Jess. And what a partner he's picked in Leaping Lanny. Be interesting to see. I don't know. This may be the first time that these two have formed up in a tag team. Look at that beautiful leapfrog. And another one is Barrio is getting nowhere with Mr. USA Tony Atlas. I'm surprised that Leaping Lanny didn't give us a poem, Jess.
Well, maybe he didn't have one. There might have been blank pieces of paper tonight he's throwing out to the crowd.
Highly unlikely.
Tag made. It's probably his address and phone number. I hear he has a hard time getting a date.
Certainly does not, I'm sure. Oh, look at this nice cartwheel. And right off the ropes, ducks underneath the big right hand, high cross body, down on top of Barrio. And Mr. X reaching in there to make a save. But that might have been curtains for Barrio. I'll tell you, Atlas doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody when it comes to speed and agility as well.
That's right.
Look at this. Oh, double cross me. Leaping Lanny is so quick, he's got that other team completely confused. Whoa, look at that kip up right there. Flying head scissors out of nowhere. Lanny Poffo is exciting. Side headlock now slows down this tremendous action. Wow. A shot from the outside by Barrio right to the back of the neck of Lanny Poffo. Now an Irish whip in by Mr. X. Nice clothesline, well executed. Drops the leg. Right across the sternum, another quick tag made. Barrio back inside again. I'll tell you, there's a lot of speed on that team too, Jess.
That's right. And Leaping Lanny's in a lot of trouble right now. He needs to get over and tag Atlas.
Look out. Tried to get him up for the suplex, couldn't handle it. Tries again. 3/4 of the way. Oh, draped him over that top rope, gave that little bit of extra added momentum, which did get him over 2 count, and Lanny's kicks out. Another quick tag made. He needs to reach the corner here before he gets in deep, deep trouble. There he goes, made the tag. Tony Atlas inside with Mr. X. And Atlas on the warpath. Look out, here comes Barrio from behind. And a headbutt for you. Spread him around.
Well, Atlas definitely, he has got a hard head. I'll tell you that from experience.
Double slingshot as they crash together. Uh-oh, look out, power slam. As only Tony Atlas can do it. High in the air goes Mr. X. He walked all the way around the ring with him. Mr. X down some 10 feet high in the air with a big splash. A 1-2 and good night. Tony Atlas doing a number on Mr. X this week here in the World Wrestling Federation. Look at this team as Leaping Lanny does a couple of backward cartwheels for us. This is an exciting team that we're certainly going to have to keep close track of here in the World Wrestling Federation. Stay with us, wrestling fans. A most interesting interview coming up right now.
This contest is scheduled for 1 fall. In the ring from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds, Mr. USA Tony Atlas. His opponent will be led towards the ring by Slick from Tampa, Florida, weighing 268 pounds, Hercules Hernandez.
Well, there's Slick. And, of course, Hercules Hernandez. What a matchup here. These two, Atlas and Hernandez. A matchup of strength as well as all-around athletic ability. Look at Slick strutting his goods. I wonder just how much he paid for half of the contract on Volkov, Sheik, and Hernandez.
Well, knowing Fred Blassie, you know that he had to pay a ton for Blassie to give any percentage of his former champions away. I just can't imagine, because Blassie doesn't give anything away. So it must have cost this man a ton. But talking about a ton, you have two men in this ring now who both pride themselves to be power, strength, their thing. Now the question is this going to be a feat of strength to see who can outstrength the other? It's going to be interesting, and I'll tell you what, I don't know. I don't know who's the stronger of the two.
Well, we saw Hercules posing a moment ago. Look at arm drag takedown. Atlas drawing first blood, so to speak. Nice maneuver.
Well, I think that surprised Hernandez, because here he figures he's going to be matched here. It's going to be a feat of strength here, and Atlas fooled him by catching him with a quick arm drag. I don't think Hernandez was expecting that.
Standing side headlock. By the way, earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, we had an occasion to chit-chat with a man who's going to be making his debut soon in the World Wrestling Federation. Here we go now with the Honky Tonk Man.
Mercy, the Honky Tonk Man's coming to the WWF. The Honky Tonk Man feels good. The Honky Tonk Man's hitting on about 18 cylinders right now. You know, I've been up 48 hours. I didn't sleep at all last night. I walked the floor over every woman in town. You know, the Honky Tonk Man's here for one reason, and one reason only. Because Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster, called him. He said, Honky Tonk Man, we want to restore law and order to the WWF. I need some help, so get yourself up here. So I straddle a gray dog, and here I am, baby. Woo, mercy.
Whoa. Honky Tonk Man, he's going to be something when he arrives on the scene.
Meanwhile, there's a war going on in this ring between Hernandez and Atlas. Right now, Hernandez has got the upper hand on Tony Atlas. Atlas seems to be hurt, and I'll tell you, as we expected, this is going to be a hard-fought match.
Hercules Hernandez with Tony Atlas. Atlas back on his feet, maybe not for long. Elbow right in the butt of the jaw. Uh-oh, better watch it. The Slickster's out there with the... Hercules just all over Atlas. Trying to get himself up. Ooh, with a right hand by Hernandez, and it hardly phased Atlas. Block. Right hand by all right. Atlas. Headbutt. The Slickster's going wild. Atlas setting up Hernandez. Ooh, downstairs he goes. Atlas with Hernandez. Oh, what a suplex. That could do it.
What a
cover
suplex.
that man. No. Doesn't want to cover it. Headbutt by Atlas. Slick is going nuts. Headbutt again. Outside, Hernandez. The Slickster, seeing his investment go right down the drain. Atlas with a handful of hair. Oh, he's going to bring him in. Oh, my goodness, did you see that? Oh, no.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Slick just whacked Atlas right on the knee. Atlas is ready to go after the Slickster. Hernandez coming after it. Tony Atlas. Headbutt. Look at this. Slick trying to get Hernandez out of there.
here's Atlas bringing in Hernandez. Got it by the hair, brings him in with a suplex, I believe, right over here. Okay, and here it comes. Okay, right down. He's got Hernandez just the way he wants.
Look at that.
Boom.
Nailed him.
Okay.
Right on the kneecap.
At 3. Now, I think Slick did something. Slick did something from outside. He may have hooked, I don't know, he may have hooked Atlas's ankle. I couldn't see it.
The cane striking the kneecap, and Hercules Hernandez gets a real cheap victory.